here. Hello, guys. Welcome to season. What season is this? I always forget what season we're in. We're in season 11, week 2.
Season,
Season
yeah,
11,
season
week
11.
2. First game of the week is going to be Rift Sharks versus Project Tuesday. This is going to be our 2-2-0 teams for this week. So I'm very, very excited to see how this game shakes up. Both of these teams have looked really good. I've been very impressed with what I've seen out of Rift Sharks. I think Project Tuesdays has had like a bit of a weaker set of matchups versus the field. I feel like they've played weaker teams. However, I feel like both of their wins have looked really good. So I'm very excited to see how they look. I think, did they go 2-0 in both? Let me double check real quick. But definitely a lot to look forward to here. No, they didn't. They went through one. Okay. Or through one? Yeah, it's through one. Is it through one? Yeah, it's through one. Okay. Sorry, I can't read. Yeah, they've went through one so far, and I think Rift Sharks is also through one. So this is probably going to be a really fun match. If we want to get into the rosters real quick, we have I believe it's Dean, Chris, Kyle, Evan, and Frentic. A bit of a change up here. We don't have Chow in the top lane. So that I think that does raise a few question marks for me. I feel like Chow has been a very consistent player for Rift Sharks. You saw his Kennen engages in one of the series. We've seen him play pretty wide champion pool. Has played very well. So I'm curious to see how that'll affect the game. For the side of Product Tuesday, they're running their starting roster of what the fuck was that? Was loud as hell. Oh, draft has already started. Holy shit!
Alright, let's give her a game to draft.
All right, well, we'll have to skip all that yapping.
And we
Anivia
are seeing
ban,
the
Invicta
Anivia
ban.
ban. Yeah, the Anivia ban coming out, obviously against LSD Dreams. Looks like they're going to be taking away Blind Spiles and Moon as well. Project Duties and kind of responding with a Victor ban.
Yep.
And I think that they probably are going to maybe target another one of Giraffe's champions here, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, definitely a very scary player. Another Syndra ban coming out, and it is going to be an Ari ban for Rift Sharks. They've done their homework. LSC Dreams has looked really scary on the Ari, and it is going to be a Rise for Project Tuesday. So it's going to be a Sivir first pick, slammed immediately. So should be interesting to watch here. Do I have to lower this a little bit? No, okay, I can't change the size of that. Whatever. But
I
yeah,
think the Silver pick, I think it's like really obvious that for Rift Sharks that they're probably just going to be opting into like a safe scaling bot lane.
yep.
Probably will pair like maybe with like maybe a more aggressive mid laner and jungler as a result. Is
Yeah.
to be seen. They are going to go with the Varus on the side of Project Tuesdays.
This is technically a Varus flex. This could go top lane. Dave has played a lot of AD carries, so I think the Varus would kind of fit him pretty well. I don't think the champion is nerfed yet, if I'm correct. Am I wrong? Let me double check my chat
Yeah,
real quick.
it just got nerfed.
Oh, it just got nerfed? Okay. So
Okay.
I do think that does lower the priority on this character a little bit. Still pretty good with the ultimate. It does set up pretty well for your Nocturne, so that's pretty useful to think about as well. But definitely a very interesting draft coming out from Project Tuesday. I think Nocturne into Sivir is a little tricky because he can, if you're Sivir and you're like moderately humid, you can spell Shield of Fear pretty easily. So it'll be a little tricky to layer down the CC. If you have the Stride Breaker, it makes it a little easier, but I would say are gonna go for the Zahen here. Could be a flex into top or jungle, but the jungle buffs were pretty good. I've been playing a bit of this character. Don't look at my ranked history on it. It doesn't look good, but I think the champion is a little strong right now. Does feel pretty good to play, so I'm curious to see how it looks. There's going to be a
Yeah, I
Sivir paired up with the Braum as well.
think is a really just strong champion in general. I mean, it's obviously that they're probably gonna like be looking for like some like very like heavy like AP champion coming out from the side of Giraffe
Yeah.
eventually in the draft for Rift Sharks.
Yep.
There's a lot of good synergies between um and Oriana we have seen. So it looks like they are going to go for Malphite. So I'm wondering if LSD Dreams does play the Oriana because so far Project Tuesday's draft is looking like it's lining up for it.
Yeah, Ori is a phenomenal pick here as well. Silas making sure that they get some of these cover their bases on this Malphite pick. I think Silas also does pretty well into champions like Varus. Like you get the really good AP scaling on your ultimate. It is like a really nice point and click ulti essentially if you're playing it as Silas. So I do like making sure they're doing their homework, covering their bases. As we see, Nami ban coming out from Project Tuesday. Fatel has looked quite good on the Nami. Does pair pretty well with the Varus with the little bubbles. You get like a lot of extra damage on your poke. So I do like this ban from Rift Sharks. They've done a pretty good job covering their bases, and I like the Shen ban as well into from Project Tuesday. I think that character is quite good. If you're playing Malphite, the champion can just kind of roam for free without punish. So it is going to be in a Kali ban as well. This champion is quite good with Gunblade, I believe.
Yeah, it is quite good with Gunblade on the patch. I think that I think Akali Proud doesn't is like goes up a bit
Yeah,
because of like the fact that Gunblade's in the game, but I don't think it goes up like that amazingly.
yeah.
Um,
Ooh,
and looks like they're
Galio.
looking at Galio here. So I wonder if they're already trying to angle for something in the form of stopping this very like already heavy side of a.
Okay, never mind. We're back.
Looks like they are going to opt into the the Mundo,
Yeah,
which is a pretty actually really good match. I think it's actually a really good match with the Malphite. I mean, Mundo
yeah,
generally just outscales him. Is like pretty just stronger in the lane for the most part.
yeah,
Can't really be punished that hard either because like you don't have like any of those strong like bruiser like champions like as opposed to like
yeah.
a much
Ooh,
more punishing
Twisted
top lane. It looks
Fate coming
to
out from
Fate.
Giraffe here. I don't think we've ever seen him play this. I think he's talking about Gunblade, like Ignite build that Dopo was talking about recently, which is really interesting. Is it going to be a Vayne locked in
Yeah.
for the side of Project Tuesday? So
I
is this?
I I'm really not that high on Rift Shark's draft. I mean, I feel like that they kind of like overdid it. Like I don't like the Twisted Fate. Like you can't ult and Nocturne ult. I mean, like Galio can follow your global as well. Like, and
Yeah,
you do get a good lane against Galio, but the fact, like, I don't feel like draft wise, it's like not much of like a like strong pick. I'm really curious to see how Giraffe does try to make it work though.
yeah. I think also critical to note. There's sorry. You don't really have like a strong lane you want to play for either. You have Sivert, which is good at pushing, but like I don't know if she has the greatest setup. Braum is pretty good, but I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of that. There's also the side of Mundo. Like, it's really hard to play for like a Mundo lane in general. I mean, I guess it's like decent with Malphite, but or into Malphite, but I feel like the TF feels a little lost. On the side of Project Tuesday, I feel like their draft is really easy to execute, right? Like, you have three go buttons, like Nocturnal plus Galio plus Malphite ult. You know when you want to go on this team. So I do think that draft does kind of help them out a little bit at the very least. So we'll see how it goes from there. But
Yeah, and I think that sorry, I think I did miss where the champions were declared, but
yeah,
um, I think that for the side of like Project Tuesdays, like they have just a lot. Like I feel like Varus and like Vayne are just amazing picks into like the front line of like Rift Sharks. Like both of them can, both those champs can like kite very well. There's like no real response that like Rift Sharks can really make if like a play like goes bad. Like there's no like I feel like Zaheen. This is a really hard Zaheen game.
yeah,
There's no like you get kited by Vayne. There's like Braum can't really like you're not gonna be able to like play off of like Braum stun because it's kind of hard for like Braum to like get to like those champions to try to like CC them up. I, I don't
do
know
you do you remember
this
what the
looks
lane
like
setups were? Sorry.
okay, it looks like I am not quite sure yet. I think we are about to find out shortly though.
Yeah, I think it was. I'm guessing it's Malphite top, Nocturne jungle, Varus 80 or Vayne mid or Varus mid 80 carry Vayne. Does that sound right? I think they told us. I'll double check.
Yeah,
Uh,
this Rift Sharks draft just does not like look. I don't know. I can't say enough like how like this Rift Sharks draft just does not appear to like bode well for them. I think that it's workable, but it's a very like high level of like execution and coordination for the side of Rift Sharks to make it work.
yeah, I think it is going to be a little bit of a tricky draft for Rift Sharks. If anyone can do it, it's probably this roster, but yeah, I'm trying to get the rosters in, but they're not really answering me. So for, they're already in game. They probably are.
Uh, yeah, they just loaded it. And you're just currently awaiting the spectator
Main
to go
top? Oh, it's main top. Okay.
in top.
Malphite
Oh,
support? Okay,
I
okay.
mean,
That's crazy.
I think that's an even rougher matchup, honestly. For like that, where like that's actually a completely like flip. Like it's the super rough matchup for the Mundo.
Gallia.
Uh,
Okay, okay. That's interesting. That's interesting.
and
Mundo matchup is really worse, but I think Braum probably likes that more, if I'm not mistaken. It's a
yeah,
bit
I
of a
think
cook on this draft, but good lord, that should be interesting to watch. We'll have a couple minutes to talk about it, but
yeah. I, wow, that seems to be that's gonna be a really rough lane, and I'm not
yeah,
sure if like I mean the Varus is probably just gonna end up coming out like lane just ahead, like in all
yeah.
theory, as long as like Dave like plays like respectfully, doesn't like die to like any ganks. Like I don't
It
think
should
like
be.
he should be in any
It's
trouble at
vein
all.
top. It's vein top.
Oh, it's Vayne top. Okay, I mean
Yeah,
it'll be either or. I mean like Varus or
yeah,
Vayne. Like it's it's gonna be just a really really rough lane for the Mundo.
yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
think it is worth mentioning. Dave is like a former AD carry player, so I think some of the skills might be transferable for him. So I think that'll be important to watch out. I think I put it in wrong. There's two veins. Oops. Hold on. I can redo this. Uh, but yeah, in general, yeah, I mean, I think this does give. Okay, to be fair to Rift Sharks, I think this does give you a bit of an easier angle of attack on the top side. It is pretty easy to gank the Vayne mid, Vayne top if they misplay it pretty hard, or if they misposition a lot. I feel like the Zahen plus the TF could potentially punish him quite a bit. Um, the Malphite support also I think this champ is like kind of hard to pull off in the support role. Uh, Typically all you really have is your ultimate. So, uh, and Braum, I believe, but as we should be getting into game here momentarily. Yeah, we can just do this later. Cast. We're in game. There we go. I have to readjust the size real quick, and then we can let her rip. Uh, just and then time controls. All right. Let me swap the capture as well for you. Oh, you have the spectate open, right?
I do.
Okay. So I don't. Do you want me to switch my capture, or is this good?
This is good. This is good. No, I'm just in the thing. I'm not. I don't. I'm not. I'm looking at yours.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, not much has really happened
Yeah.
so far. Not much to really know in terms of runes. Galio did take electrocute, so probably wants to play a little more aggressive in lane. But
Yeah, and the notably like Giraffe, he like opts into like the ignite, so he is definitely looking for some pressure. He also has electrocute as well. I mean, both have
ooh,
electrocute.
good
As
trade
there's
coming
some
out.
early trade here, bot side, as Evans appears to be stepping forward, looking for Yug maybe. Yug's gonna have to burn his flash out. He flashes away to safety as a Braum stun does connect onto Fatel, and it's a really good trade on the side of the Rift Sharks bot lane.
Yeah, and this is like sort of my question mark with this Malphite support. This character is quite good when you hit level 6, but levels 1 through 5, you are like a walking cannon minion? Not even cannon minion, I think. Like a melee minion? I don't know, man. This lane phase is going to be pretty rough. Varus does have a lot of range to play with, so it's not the worst, and he did offer the lethal tempo, so it looks like they are going to go for more of an on-hit setup rather than the poke Varus, which I think kind of makes sense. Your comp is a little DPS light, but like, maybe you want. I'm not sure actually. Uh, I don't know. Could go either way on it, but
Yeah, I think for this game, I think that on hit's perfectly fine. I mean,
yeah,
it's just gonna be doubling up with like the Vayne's like high DPS already,
yeah, for sure.
as well. And I don't think you're gonna really need to like pressure like the carries of like Rift Sharks. I actually think it's the other way around. I think Rift Sharks carries are gonna need to be pressuring like the Vayne and the Varus,
Yeah,
making sure that like making it hard for them to play the fights.
absolutely, absolutely. And looks like both junglers are just pathing up here. I think Nocturne really needs to shadow this Malphite, or not Malphite, this Vayne, just in case they get ganked early by the side of Rift Sharks. So taunt coming out, not
Gold
much
card
really
coming
happening,
out,
but ooh, good electrocute.
electric proc.
And you can just see that like Draft is trading very, very well in this mid lane matchup. Knows how to utilize the range advantage that TF offers. So is going to get chunked out here. Nocturne does have the top prio, but has negative mid prio, so we'll see how that fight shakes out. TF is a character that wants to move here, so looks like Zahen is not going to contest it, and Spiral is just going to get the top grab and look for the reset here. So did Zahen skip a camp and base for Longsword? Chris, what are you doing, bro? What happened
Yeah,
here?
I think that skipping camps like this is a bit questionable. I wonder if he's like, I think he is just trying to get the scuttle crab early, but
Yeah,
at the end of the day, that is going to delay his clear a bit, I believe, because his camp timers aren't going to get any
yeah.
faster.
Yeah, and it looks like Nocturne is just gonna get back on the map with double longsword. Really looking for that Tiamat Stridebreaker rush. This item is really good. Gives Nocturne a lot of sticking power and a lot of DPS potential. So I like this itemization coming out from Blind Spiral. Looks like
And we have a
another
trade
good
coming in in
trade.
mid lane. The taunt is going to connect onto Giraffe. Good
Ooh,
trade coming out here from the side of Dreams as Giraffe getting a bit more pressure. He's going to throw out the blue card and going to walk himself closer to safety of his
yeah.
turret.
Critically does have does have a pretty nice CS lead for himself though, even though that trade went kind of rough for him. I'm curious to see what itemization he's gonna opt for here. If you go like Vamp Scepter, I feel like you have a lot of sustain versus like the burst character is just gonna go for the Rada Ages. So no gunblade setup here. It's just gonna go for the Roa. Uh, I feel like that makes you a little damage light for Rift Sharks, but I'm not sure. Zahen does have a lot of damage, but it is a little tricky to execute versus this comp. So I think, at least in theory,
in, I mean, in theory, yeah, I'm not too high on the row build always, but I think probably in this, you probably actually do kind of need to like survive a bit as like
yeah,
Twisted Fate. I think it's definitely probably more important to like maybe get to like a second gold card than it
yeah.
is to, like the more damage.
I can see that too, for sure, for sure. That makes a lot of sense now that you pointed out. Uh, Looks like they both mid laners have dinged level 6. Both junglers have not. So, I mean, critically, Nocturnal is the big ticket item that you want. There's a new jungle tech where you delay your last camp on your second clear by like a little bit, so you can get upgraded smite before the next crab spawn, so you can outsmite the enemy jungler. I'm curious to see if Blind Spiral does do that. Looks like he does not, so he does not have the upgraded smite. So we'll see how the crab fight goes. Looks like he might just get top here, but that is
Yeah,
Mundo with
like
Ghost.
Dean's just gonna pop the ghost, just gonna get himself to safety as nothing really happening. I'm not sure if he needed to pop the ghost there. I think that he probably could have just walked away, but you know, better safe than sorry. Don't
Yeah,
want to take any risk.
for sure, for sure. It is a Vayne, like that champ does have a lot of prio. Zahen is really behind the backline of LSD Dreams.
Yeah.
Oh, the gold card
And it
coming
looks
out
like he is
too.
going to be going in as the gold card is going to act as a Roman coming in here from Giraffe. It looks like Vatel should be falling down very shortly.
Wait,
Galliel does come in, and it does come out as it looks like that. However, Chris dodges away from it, and he actually pops. He gets his passive res up as it looks like they're just going to be going first. As LSD Dreams falls down to Evan, and it looks like they can continue to chase. Flash forward from Frentic to try to get the bomb passive on. It does connect, and he does follow up with a Q, but I don't think they're going to get anything more out of that play specifically.
yeah, and well played to the side of Rift Sharks, really coordinating around the Zahen gank. Really good gank from Chris here, just wrapping around the backline of Project Tuesdays, and they get a really nice play. The Galio was not able to match the TF roam
More and
immediately.
more
Gold
aggression,
card.
and it looks like Draft is just stepping forward. I think he's just going to get a kill here.
Ooh,
Flashes forward,
flash!
takes down Blind Spiral, the kill going right over to Giraffe.
Yeah, I mean, he's just utilizing the prio that this TF champion can generate and just really getting himself ahead here, getting a nice shutdown on the Nocturne here. And you see why we rated this team so highly in the preseason. Like, Giraffe is a really good character, and he has the tools to really back himself up here with Chris playing the Zahen pretty well so far. So
However, he looks like he is going to get caught out here on a trade, but I don't think that there is really any threat to him with
yeah,
like that rower component.
yeah.
So he should be able to be safe. And I think one of the things really notable in that fight is he actually had an Alexa force popped, which I'm not sure if
Oh,
Blind Spiral was with, and very dangerous from Giraffe, nearly falling down to Dreams.
oh my gosh, he's playing with fire a little bit. Has the red card held. Doesn't manage to get it. Oh, we're greeting.
And I
Oh,
think
we're a
he is
greedy
greedy, and he is
bastard.
going to get taken down as Dreams turns Giraffe's Dreams to nightmares.
Yeah, well played.
And it's going to be a shutdown onto LSD Dreams.
I don't I don't know why you say that. I mean, you guess you get the Roa, so it doesn't really matter. Good death, TM, but like it's still a shutdown. Like that's a little extra gold in Galio's pocket, and uh, not a huge gold lead, but definitely a very greedy stay from the side of Giraffe.
Yeah, very greedy say. I think that he really didn't want to see the plate, and he thought that he'd be safe. But it's just a simple E forward from the Gallia
Yeah,
with a Q connecting onto his face. I mean, the first like hit of the Q will always do like percent health damage. You're gonna die to that no matter what happens.
yeah. Looks like Project Tuesday is gonna start the dragon up. They do have a bit of mid prio, or both mid and bot lane prio to grab this dragon, so should be pretty uncontested here. Uh, Malphite gets it, so that's kind of funny, but Nocturnal is up, so that is going to be something we have to watch out for. TF is going to look for the Vayne here potentially. Has a pretty nice angle I think they could go for if
Yeah,
Dave is not aware here, but
I'm not sure if they've called it out. I don't think they have. But Vayne isn't playing too far up. It looks like he's playing somewhat respectfully,
yes.
knowing that there could possibly be. Yeah, the missing ping is going to come out, so it looks like that Dave isn't going to be falling down anytime soon.
Yeah, I like this awareness from Dave, just being super cautionary of the TF off map. That's the kind of map awareness that you need playing versus this Twisted Fate character. Looks like Rift Strikes is going to just go for the Grubs trade in response. I think Grubs have pretty good value this season just because of the second turret plating on the second tier 2s. So that how Rift Strikes choose to use this extra pressure that they might be able to generate will be super key to whether or not they can close out this game.
Yeah.
Another trade going in? Nothing really, but
It's not going to be able to get anything there. And I also want to like point out that I think that like getting these like however like Project Tuesdays, they do have this early Drake, which I do think is kind of important, as
yep.
I do think that with like the disappearance of Atacon, like it's been gone for like a second, but that second has felt like a long time already. And so
Yeah,
you don't really have that like extra objective like to fall back on like when times do end up getting rough.
yeah.
And it
Stun
looks like
coming
that
out.
there is a
Ulti comes
trade
out
here,
here
and
though.
top
Ooh,
of
nice
course is going to get
combo.
burned out right into Evan's forehead. He wasn't able to spell shield it, but the Varus ult did
Nocturne
pop on
ult.
top as the Nocturne ult comes in, and it looks like Blind Spiral is just diving straight in. Gallial's
Two
on top.
ults.
It might be a tiny bit
Oh
of
wait,
overkill,
TF.
and it is as Blind Spiral, but Giraffe has arrived. He's going to stun up Yug, and he takes him down with the Ignite as well to follow, and it looks like they're on his face as well, taunted up, and it looks like this game just might get a bit more difficult as they're walking a bit forward. The fear is coming out from the Nocturne. He's scared, and he's running, and he's going to get taken down. Kill going into Blind Spiral.
Yeah, well played from the side of Project Tuesday here. Very scrappy fight. I think Evan critically spell shielded the Varus Q that had the 3 marks on it. So managed to block a lot of damage coming out from the side of Project Tuesday, and managed to buy so much time. And the Zahen was able, or not the Zahen, they managed to output enough DPS to kill the Varus, and then the Nocturne ult and the Galio ult there was able to bail out the play. And then Giraffe also getting caught out here a little bit was a bit unfortunate, but does manage to trade one back.
Walking
So
up, just smacking Evan a bit. Nothing to come of it, though. And
yeah,
I think that from that side of that play, I think Project Tuesdays, you're pretty happy with that play. I mean,
yeah,
they had like a Rift Sharks is already like about to like blow up like to like a three like an over 3K gold lead, but it gets stuffed completely with the
yeah.
like that play like running sideways for them.
And that's so good for Project Tuesday. You really want as much value as you can possibly get out of Nocturne, and I don't think there's any way to get more value out of the Nocturne ulti there like that. So well played to them. I think it just showed us Vayne quest completed, so we'll have to watch what level she gets to. Trade coming out here from LSD Dreams here seems pretty good, but
Nothing gonna happen from that. It looks like just the classic Galio thing of like going for trading a bit of your HP bar to try to like get more like minions, maybe get a bit of damage off onto like your lane opponent as well.
yeah, for sure.
And Frennick pressuring Fatel a bit as LSDG dashes forward. It's just another really nice trade onto Giraffe as this lane is starting to shift a bit. I mean,
Yeah.
before like Draft was bullying him pretty hard, and he still does have like a CS lead, but it's not as sizable as it was before.
Yeah.
Like
For sure.
Draft was up almost 20
Oh,
CS, and now he's only up around like maybe like a bit over 10.
double ultis here are available for the side of Project Tuesday. LSD Dreams can potentially look for the ulti, but nothing really happening so far. But yeah, I think Galio as a in general, once they get the first MR item, a lot of these AP matchups feel a little bit better for you. But Draft critically went for the plated steel caps as well, is not really fearing the magic damage from the side of Project Tuesday. So, which is fair. They have a lot of AD. Ulti coming out here
As
from
Nocturne's going to carry doing it. Malphite ult right on top of them, and it looks like that
here
Evan
comes
might
out.
not be very long for it. The Glacial Fissure not really going to do that much. As Heretic flashing, just trying to flash to safety.
Oh,
It doesn't
nice.
look like he is going to be able to get out, as Patel's going to pick up that one.
Nice. Well played from the side of Project Tuesday. Blind Spiral is really utilizing this Nocturne ult quite well, getting himself a nice chunk of change for himself. As, yeah, they're feeling pretty good about it. Every time the Nocturne ult has been up, we have gotten a kill. So I like this multi usage out of Blind Spiral. I think critically, they broke the
LCD's
spell
drafting
shield.
forward, but Chris is in the area. The W's not going to connect, though, as he flashes away the minute he spots the Zaheen.
Yeah. Zahan should be able to get these camps, but I feel like you're still not super great. Second Dragon going over to the side of Project Tuesday, and you're in a really good spot if you're the side of Project Tuesday. Like, two dragons, nice chunk of change on your Nocturne. Like, they're even in gold, but I think that's mostly just from TF passive. And then, like, I think the gold is where you want it. Nocturne is pretty strong now, so we'll see how it shakes out. I think one other thing to note is Project Tuesday has been really well coordinated on breaking the Silver Spell Shield before the ulti
TF
comes out.
ult going to
Ulti
get
on
popped. It looks like they're
Dave.
going to be a play onto Dave here. They are going to stun him up in the top side. He does burn his flash, as yeah, it looks like he's going to be able to get himself out of that. His
Yeah,
flash
nothing really
burn, but it looks like
happened,
they might
but
continue the chase. It looks like they're not. Chris is going to go
Galio
ahead and just take the
is in
Krubs
the
as
area.
LSD Dreams slowly rowing up. It looks like they might look for a fight. They might not. Gold card
Could be a
going to
little
be connected
bloody
onto LSD
here.
Dreams, and it looks like there's actually multiple trades around the map. As it looks like the Grim
Oh,
Deliverance
nice
is going to be
ulti.
delivered out, but it's going to be dodged away from the Ghost
Wait,
and
Dave
alt
has
movement
Ghost and
speed, and
Flash.
Chris is going to be falling down to Dave, who outplays him in the fight.
And that's not what you want to see. If your jungler is giving Vayne gold, you just want to kill yourself if you're this Mundo man. Like, it's so much extra gold in Dave's pocket. Doesn't even have the Bork, went for the Triforce, but like, your Vayne, you do so much percent health damage. Ooh,
And
Frentic looking
Frentic
pretty
dashing
aggressive.
in, maybe looking for a thing. Glacial Fish is going to pop out, but it doesn't hit on Yug, notably, as the On the Hunt is popped, but the Chain of Corruptions lanes, and it looks like that they might be able to turn this Project Tuesday's bot lane. The Spell Shield comes out from the
Ooh,
Sivir, but
ulti.
it's weighted out on the side of Yug.
Oh
Frentic
my
falling down
gosh!
with the Galio's on top, smashing Evan into the floor.
Nice heroic entrance coming out from the Galio here, and they played that so well. Project Tuesday bot lane looking pretty dominant here, and they're playing so well
And
around it as well.
playing onto Giraffe, but he has a flash, but he's not going to get away because he's feared up. And LSD Dreams coming in to knock him up, taunt him up, and it looks like a Q over the top. Spiral's going to be getting that kill as well, and Fatel falling down to Chris, not respecting the damage from the Zaheen on
Yeah.
the tail end of that.
A bit disrespectful of the LSD or the Project 2's bot lane. I was just gassing them up, and then they kind of just walk into the Zahen for fun. I don't know, but definitely a really well played so far to Project Tuesday, utilizing their ult pressure super well. The Galio managing to get the ulti out to really ensure that the fight goes cleanly for them. They managed to pick up the Rift Herald, and even though there's been a bit of trades back and forth, a little bit of trade back for the side of Rift Sharks, definitely a very good showing from Project Tuesday so far, in my opinion. I feel like they're playing the map quite well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is a very good showing for Project Tuesdays. I mean, they're just ahead now. Like they're
Yeah.
like like not ahead by a lot, like a huge amount, but they do have bounties on like the Nocturne and the Galio as well as the
Yeah.
Bane. And slowly but surely, I'm not sure if like that like Earth Sharks is gonna get a chance to get back in this game. I like honestly think they're actually like kind of have blew it already, as Golard gonna connect on LSD Dreams, as Draft's just gonna give himself the safety.
Yeah, I mean, scaling kind of favors the side of Tuesdays just because you have the double 80 carry. Like, that just feels really good if you have two ADCs. If you know how to play around them, I feel like that's pretty good. Did opt for the Bork here, so a lot of damage coming out from the side of the Varus. If you can get the autos down, Bork into the Mundo also seems pretty good. So David's playing pretty aggressive
Yeah, and
here.
it looks
Oh,
like that there's
ulti.
just another like TF arrival and Dave not being safe at all, and he's not very long for the world as Chris is going to be shutting him down. That bounty
Yeah.
picked up by the side of Rift Sharks.
And we just see him getting a little too confident, right? Like your Vayne, you have the advantage in lane here, but like you cannot get that cocky. You have to respect the TF ult at all times, and he just let it slip once, and good punish from the side of Giraffe, knowing that you can get a lot of value here. Ooh, ultis could be here.
Looks like
Looking for
that
the play.
LSD Dreams is going to get found out on the side of Chris as the gold card is going to connect on top of him and a
Nocturnal.
lot of damage. But in comes the Paranoia and the heroic entrance on top. But the Grim Deliverance has already arrived with Chris
Passive
going
burn.
into his resurrection. But Giraffe still dealing a lot of good damage. But it looks like
bot
that
lane.
kill is going to be picked up by Yug, who just simply changed their corruptions. WQ pops
Ulti?
him as it looks like it's just an unstoppable force right onto Giraffe, who wasn't really expecting it. He had no flash, so he's gone. And it looks like that Dean might just be walking it out. I'm not sure if he can. The Mundo is so low, and he is so dead as Yug getting a second kill in that fight.
And you just see Project Tuesday, they're just willing to rotate and 5-man collapse. I mean, you lost the bot lane tower, but you can probably pick up 2 towers here if you want. Like, you have the Rift Herald. Hopefully you can get the mid tier 2 as well. Bot lane does manage to get a lot of CS down, but they managed to get 3 for, or 4, was it 3 for 0? On the side of Project Tuesday, so.
I mean, yeah, it was just like 3 for 0. I like thought like towards like you know like that end of that play, like maybe Giraffe gets himself out after like Chris like falls down into resurrection. I think you just have to leave the Zaheen there. You can't save him. He's gonna die. But it looks like they
Ooh.
might get Fatel here. Braum Q does connect, and it looks like the W from Zaheen connects as well. But Fatel just barely getting away with that stolen move speed. And the fear gonna ensure his safety as the TP from LSD Dreams it gets burned.
Yeah, unfortunately they might have to burn the dragon or lose the dragon here for it. They just pushed really hard mid lane, and they just don't have enough gas in the tank to also contest this dragon. I think you're okay with letting this dragon drop as long as you can pick up the next 2. You're okay with the game going like a little bit later if you're the side of Project Tuesday, and you did get a nice little chunk of change for that mid lane play. So I think you're okay with this trade overall, but very excited to see how they want to try and snowball their lead if they can. I will say, as much as we've been saying that Project Tuesday has a lot of initiation tools, and they've been using them pretty well, Rift Strikes is not exactly a slouch either. The TF Destiny is always going to be something you have to watch out for on the side of Project Tuesday. So if they can continue to get like some nice picks on some isolated members, this is definitely playable for them.
Yeah, and I think a really big thing to notice is there's no bot tier 1, there's no top tier 1.
Yeah.
It's very easy to die in the side. You don't have
Yeah,
the safety of
absolutely.
those towers here. Rift Sharks did a really good job. One thing they have done really good this game is that they've killed both side lane towers.
Yep.
So it's
Absolutely.
not going to be safe if the Vayne runs to the side lane and tries to like, you know, just run back to a turret because there's no turret to run back to.
Yeah. Giraffe is pretty good at coordinating his teams from what I've heard. So if he can coordinate his team into like trying to pick off people on side lanes with no towers behind them, could be a really good play. Nocturne in the area
on the
though.
side of LSD Dreams. Heroic entrance just going to give himself to safety as the Paranoia does get burned, but it looks like that he's not going to opt into anything, and I don't think
Yeah.
he really needs to as his mid laner does get himself to safety.
Double ultis burn for the side of Project Tuesday is very, very unfortunate, but I think you're okay with that, just getting your mid laner out here. No pressure on the towers though for Rift Sharks, so or for Project Tuesdays, so you're gonna be like kind of stonewalling the game a little bit. Nothing's really gonna happen for a little bit, but I think that's probably in your favor with 2 ADCs. So Vayne is trying to
However, the
siege
bot
here.
lane
Oh,
running up here. I'm not sure if
ulti
Giraffe
comes
does.
out.
He does have flash. Unstoppable Force lands on Giraffe with the Galio as well, and it looks like Yug's
be a
going to
kill on
back
Zahen.
kill, and the Grim Deliverance over the wall to try to get Chris trying to give himself to safety, and it looks like he does. Glacial Fissure going to be burned as well.
Could be a Baron
as
here.
Rift Sharks is going to limp away from the skirmish.
It's only 1 kill. I think the Baron's a little risky, but Dave is desperately trying to get this tower.
Yeah, and it looks
Can you
like
kill the
that
Mundo?
Dave
The Mundo does have a lot of
is
HP
trying
now,
to
though. You
lock
have
in
no
and
board.
shoot, and it
but-
looks like that both are going to burn their ghosts as it looks like a fight down here on the bot side. Let's see if
Dave,
he
we
can
gotta
get
dodge
Q.
the
Yes, he
cleaver,
does.
bro.
I think that Dave might give him a bit more than Chu as the Mundo goes where he pleases and smacks him with the briefcase. And it looks like that is going to be a kill. Picked up onto the side of Rift Shark. Solo kill coming out from the top lane.
I mean, yeah. Dave, my brother in Christ, we gotta dodge those Qs, man. And also, your build is not built for shredding this Mundo. Like, you have Hextech Hexplate, or, yeah, Experimental Hexplate. And Triforce, you're not shredding this window. You don't have the Bork, you don't have the percent HP damage as well. Like you have the true damage, but like he does still do a lot of damage, and you just cannot play that disrespectfully. Did not like that play from Dave, but good play from Dean. Does manage to get a really nice punish on Dave for overextending like that. So
Everyone's partners as the Destiny, just making sure that they're not like trying any funny shenanigans when it comes to
yep,
the Baron. They're not. So it looks like that they're just gonna take a reset here, and Shark's probably gonna try to retake vision on the side of the Baron side. And we'll
yep.
see how they decide to move out onto the sides of the map. Looks like Galley's going top. Nocturne's just gonna be walking down mid, probably trying to take camp or two while covering the Varus.
Yeah. And critically, the ultimates from the side of Project Tuesdays with the for the side of sorry, the ultis for the side of Project Tuesday also really benefit having these two outer turrets down as well. So that should be a really important thing to watch for the side of Project Tuesday. Like if you can get an ultimate onto like a side laner as the Nocturne with the Galio on top, you can definitely get a couple free picks. So really important to watch how both teams play side lanes. They also just have the option of playing front to back. You have a Malphite in the mid lane, and if there ever is a button that says "Start a fight, please," I'm begging you, it is Malphite Ultimate. So
Yeah, I think it is Malphite Ultimate. And the Varus is starting to get a bit stronger. He is going to slowly but surely get to that third on-hit item, as he already has the Bork in Guinsoo's complete. But
yeah,
it looks like that they are pressuring for this Drake that's coming up in 30 seconds.
yeah.
It's a pretty aggressive pressuring,
Oh
as
my
it looks like that they
gosh,
might just go in. The Grim Delivers is going to hit on the three. Chris is in the middle of them. Dave's in the
Malphite
middle of
ult.
them as well. But the Malphite ult is really good for the disengage and disrupt. But Dean is in the backline trying to do all he can, but he just goes down. There's way too much
Galio
damage
ult.
on the side of Project Tuesdays. LSD Dreams is going forward. He's just going to get a taunt only onto Frank, not going to get the carries, but he's doing enough disruption as Chris trying to get himself out with Frederick as well. Yug stepping forward. Yug
Flash.
still looking for more kills. Yug getting stunned up, but it doesn't matter because it looks like down goes Frennick and Evan and Giraffe. Goodbye. You're getting taken down as well. Double kill for Blind Spiral.
Dude, Project Tuesday is just playing these fights better. Like the Galio ult coming out on top of while the Zahen is trying to play the game, and they just get completely punished. It's really impossible for the side of Rift Sharks to play. Do we see a Medjai's? The empty book is always disappointing to see from the mid laner, but Project Tuesdays is just playing this game so cleanly. I will say, Dave starting that fight out by tumbling into 5 people is perhaps the most monstrous int that did not get punished I've ever seen in my life, but well played to them. A really good collapse from the side of the Malphite and the Galio, really utilizing their ultimates really well to stonewall any play that Rift Sharks might have had. So
This like that fight is just like there. I think we're starting to see like that, just like the draft, like the differences in draft at this point. I mean,
absolutely,
like if Rift Sharks needed to win, they needed to win early, and they really cannot afford to like let like Project Tuesdays even have a single leg up in this game, because now that they do, these fights just it didn't even look that close. And I don't think Project Tuesdays like played it like that insanely. I mean,
yeah,
like the
absolutely.
Varus got like the Varus and Vayne both got burned down to such low HP,
And they
but Rift
both
Sharks
flashed forward too.
and they
Like,
both and they're both playing so aggressive as well. But Rift Sharks just doesn't have the damage to punish that. I mean, like yeah, you have the
oh, we got
TF
a
with the
pause.
Roa
Nice.
and the Lichbane, but yeah, pause coming up.
Top laner died. Dave DC from Discord. Nice. The ops are after him. I think I sent the Shadow Agents after him for flashing forward in that play. Like, a little reportable from my guy. Or tumbling forward, I think it was. But I think his team is currently doing the tactical pause to make sure that he gets like shot and killed for tumbling forward like that. But
Yeah. I mean, the one saving grace on the side of this Rift Sharks team is, I think, the Sivir. Like, as long
yeah,
as like you
absolutely.
just like, I think that you're just gonna have to like put all like your eggs, like the nest egg and everything. It's gonna be need to be put into like the Evan basket.
Yeah,
Like the
absolutely.
only way like they realistically win these fights is by Sivir staying alive and like just out DPSing everyone else.
Yeah,
It's really hard, but I do think that like if they layer their CC correctly, like like with like the Zaheen W, the Braum stuns, as well as like the TF gold card, I do think that like maybe like some of these fights could be lookable. But honestly, the probably even more correct way to play the game would just be look for picks. I mean, like
yeah,
you have a
absolutely.
pick comp, you might as well be trying to like kill someone in the side lane before a fight even begins.
Yeah. And I think Not to harp too much on builds and stuff, I feel like it doesn't really matter most of the time. The Zahen did not go Stride Breaker, so I feel like he is really easy to kite from the side of the double 80 carry comp. Like, I think Dantes did a video on the Zahen guide, and he was talking about how you should be rushing Sundered into Stride Breaker. I like Sundered Stride Breaker a lot as a build. I personally am more of a Stride Breaker kind of guy. I feel like the item gives you a lot of options in these fights. And I feel like he's just been too easy to kite for the side of the double 80 carries without the Stride Breaker. So, okay. As we'll see how they want to play around this Baron, because I think that's the next objective. Hexstall also for Project Tuesday if they want to just stall out for both objective spawn and then try to force both, or like force the dragon and then force the other team to try to start the Baron and then try to contest the Baron. I think that's a valid line as well. You have the double global ultimates, so you can get on top of both objectives pretty quickly if you have vision on both of them. So I think that's going to be something really important to watch for both teams as well. TF can also kind of do the same thing, but it's not like you have two people going, it's just one person, so it's like a little riskier. I think that's going to be something very important to watch from both teams. So,
Yeah,
it
and
Go ahead.
hopefully they can start to get this like a bit more like figured out. As I mean, Seoul is just around the corner. Like it's up. It's gonna be up in like 3 minutes. I mean, Baron Nasher is up, but I mean, if you're Rift Sharks, like you're not even gonna be allowed to like pick where you can fight. Like it is
Yeah.
pretty much like you have to like play reactively, like at this stage in the game. As it looks like that they might find something onto the Patel
Ooh,
here.
gold
As
card.
Glacial Fissure gets burned
Oh,
backwards.
ulti?
Fnatic might have aimed it at his own team as Grim Deliverance comes out.
Oh, ulti.
Yug's actually, they're actually. Chris is right on top of Yug. He might be able to take him down. No, he is not able to. He's going to get sent into his resurrect as Evan just picked off before the fight can even begin. I don't think it's fightable at all, as Chris is just going to get taken down. Double kill onto Patel, funnily enough. As, man, you really, really hate to see like things just turn out that way. It's just a complete misexecution on the side of the Braum and like the ADC. Like wrong time, wrong place for Evan and Frantic critically burning one of the major disengage and engage tools that they have.
Yeah, and well played from the side of Project Tuesday. Just really willing to send all their buttons in when someone gets engaged on. And that's like one of the other problems I kind of dislike from the side of Rift Sharks. Like you have no engage from the side of Rift Sharks. Like the other team has the engage options, and also if you even try, like they can just tell you, no, you cannot engage on us like that with the Galio R. So it's just such a mismatch in terms of draft IMO. As it looks like they are going to spawn onto the Rift wearing purple now. So let's see if they can really utilize the Baron, try to knock down these towers, get themselves a lot of gold. As we'll see where it ends up. TF ult burn is just going to ulti
Yep, all
mid.
burned
Might
out.
look
Looks
for
like
the
they might be
pick.
looking for Yug on mid lane.
Oh, TP
And
burned as
Kyle
well.
doesn't have a flash, but it's a TP as well from the side of the
Oh,
Gallia
pick.
as he does get here. And Yug,
Counter?
I don't think he's going to be able to live this. As, yeah, it looks like he's going to get taken down by Chris. Grim Deliverance is going to come out. And it looks like that everyone has arrived, but so has the Vayne critically enough. And Todd can get burned down, but Evan untouched in the fight, getting multiple kills down, and Project Tuesdays has completely blown it. There's no Baron, and that's a shutdown on the Chris, but they're going to pick up this Drake in a few moments.
Yeah, what are we fighting for exactly? Like, Fidel, really good pick from Giraffe, just ripping the ulti, but like, well played from the side of Sharks there. 4 for 0 play. Giraffe making it happen, or 4 for 1, I guess. Yeah, 4 for 1. But really willing to rip the ultimate and just try to get a really nice pick. Dean with a nice collapse on the flank as well, so. Someone did, in fact, Mega Caster curse them in the chat. That was kind of funny. Sorry, I had to point that out.
Yeah, and this is mega. I mean, it's just, I think it's a complete just mega throw. Like, you had the game, it was so simple what you had to do. Like, there's, like, you can't walk up on mid wave like that, like,
You
alone.
still has
You
flash, I
cannot.
think, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
Like, he has flash as well. I think he was, like, he walked towards top side because I think he was trying to be a bit greedy, but he didn't realize that there was 2 more members of, like, Rift Sharks collapsing on him, and Yug just, critical mistake in a game like this.
yeah. And you see, even in the gold graphs, like, they just completely swung that back. Like, I think Simmer is about to base and become Jeffrey, or sorry, not Jeff Bezos. So they're about to be very, very strong. So
Yeah, I think they're gonna be like really strong as well. I mean,
yeah,
this This Sivir is gonna be monumentally strong
Yeah, definitely something to
as
watch out for here, but
yeah, like the Sivir is gonna be monumentally strong in this game. Right
yeah.
now, like
Oh
she
my
has
gosh.
like she's just a bit away from what I believe is gonna be Lord's Dominic for
Odoms.
guards.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
that's gonna be like a real problem now for like the side of Project Tuesdays to deal with because like now they have this huge team fight damage boost
Yeah,
compared to the side of the
absolutely.
Sivir.
Yeah, and now
And
you really have to layer your CC correctly on the side of Project Tuesdays. Earlier, you could play a little more loose with your fights.
and it
Oh,
looks
Bane?
like the Giraffe is looking for something up here. Vayne gonna be popping
Ooh,
the
Galio.
ult to try to get away, but the heroic entrance comes over as it looks like they are just gonna try to
Oh my
turn this on Giraffe,
gosh.
and it looks like yes they do. And Chris doing all he can with the Grim Deliverance, but it's gonna be flashed away from the side of
Ulti.
Dave. And Paranoia comes over the top. Chris, I think they overstepped this. It's just a two-man play on the other side of the map, away from your team. You can't be making mistakes like this. You
Oh,
just
this
got
time.
back into the game, but it looks like a mistake from LSD Dreams as like Justice Punch doesn't connect, and Dave is gonna get getting another kill as he takes down the Zaheen. And man, oh man, it's just I feel like both teams are just throwing it back into each other. Like they're
Yeah.
not like no, like it's just mistake after mistake. It's not really like any
Yeah.
like one's like insane play, but oh, what
And
a
I think,
blunder.
yeah, it is definitely a blunder. I think both teams are kind of not playing around these global ultimates a little too much. Like, there's a lot of. You have a lot more wiggle room on the side of Project Tuesdays. I'm about to be playing like this on side lanes, but you have to be watching the ultimate timers from the side of Rift Sharks, and they're just disrespecting both the Galio and the Nocturne. You have to play around both, and like, even if they burn one, just being able to suddenly teleport two people into fights is super important. And I think Project Tuesday has been playing it really well, just utilizing these ultimates, trying to capitalize as much as possible, and Dave overstepping but managing to make it a good play for his team. His team knew that they had to back him up, so well played to the side of Project Tuesday.
Yeah,
Uh,
I agree. Like as much as it was a mistake on the side of Rift Sharks going for that play, I do think that, however, it is a really good response for Project Tuesdays to like
yeah,
capitalize on that mistake
yeah,
specifically.
definitely, definitely. As we are trying to break some of these bot towers, Sivir has managed to clear out
I'm
the.
not
Oh,
sure
ulti!
Evan. It's like they're just gonna go in immediately, knock him onto Evan as well. He's just gonna get taken down. That kill going to Vatel, and they don't have any damage left for Rennick. Getting chased down, getting slowed up, getting ignited up, and he might be dead. It looks like maybe yes, the Varus Q connects with a Nocturne Q to follow up, and he's gonna get taken down as well.
Critically,
Two
though, no
kills for the side of
wave for the
Project
side
Tuesdays.
of Project Tuesday, so they aren't going to really get anything, and Muno gets the tower, so honestly, I think Rishrex is fine trading two for the tower, honest. Like, it's not perfect, but at least you're getting something on the map here, so
Yeah, it looks like they are just staying as a four-man unit, just staying grouped, making sure to not give any wiggle room
yep.
back for Rift Sharks to do anything. And I think they might
Could
try
be
to take
inhib
this
tower.
inhibitor turret.
Yep.
Draft is here, but I don't think they can really do that much
Vayne has
as,
TP.
yeah, the inhibitor going to be falling down. So
Yeah.
that's going to be a bit more pressure on the side of the like mid wave. And Baron up in a few seconds with Drake up in a minute. As
Yeah.
it looks like that they are just going to look for the Baron here.
Yeah, it could be a nice little swing, go Baron into Dragon, like Baron plus Soul. Should be in most cases the way you close out this game. Looks like they are going to start it. 280 carries, you have so much DPS, and
Yeah,
Riftstrikes
so
is
much
just not in
DPS, and it looks
the
like that
vicinity.
Rift Sharks is on a slow approach, getting scared of being caught out. But man,
Ulti?
Project Tuesdays is really good, but the Paranoia is going to get burned out as
Nice.
Chris going forward, looking for a steal. No, he doesn't get it, but the Gallia ult gets interrupted,
Oh my
notably, actually.
gosh.
So no heroic entrance knockup. Dean is still alive. He is trying to hit, but there's so much firepower on the side of Project Tuesdays. Dean gonna get taken down. Giraffe gonna get chased and condemned. Not really gonna find its mark. And it looks like that Project Tuesday should just be able to march down the mid wave with this Baron up. And it looks like that's gonna be game one going over to Project Tuesdays.
And they just played it cleaner. Like the Nocturne plus the Galio ult, they were on top of every fight. Like, well played to both Blind Spiral and LSD Dreams. The coordination from these two has been insane. Like both of them, we can only give one MVP. It should be both of them. Let's be serious for a second. Like these two have been so on top of both every single engage. So
Yeah.
I just feel like,
I
go ahead.
I think I would give it personally. I think you just give it to Spiral. I think that his
Yeah.
like each one of his paranoias like were just really good. I mean, he like his pathing was like like he didn't like panic against like going against a Zaheen like pathing wise. He just like pathed very slowly, very methodically, very correctly. as well.
Yeah,
He was on the right side in the right place at the right time where he needed to be multiple times, which I really think that Rift Sharks wasn't really prepared for, and that
yeah.
ended up like costing them dearly in the game. But shout out to Blind Spiral for that game. I think he played that very well.
Yeah, I mean, him and LSD Dreams, I feel like both easy MVP targets, but I agree. Blind Spiral definitely had a bit of the eye on the ball. IMO played it super well. Made sure that his team was in the or made sure he was able to bail out his team and be in the right spot at the same time. Super important for his team, and I feel like they closed it out well. Are there any adaptations you want to see from both teams here coming out for
Uh,
the second game here?
Rift Sharks is just like they've just gone too fancy. Like they've gone
Yeah,
way too fancy in their draft. Like
agreed.
just simplify, simplify, simplify. You don't need to like try to like play for like this like weird side lane pick like comp like scaling comp. Like I think what you really should just try to do is just pick like let's like I want to see Giraffe playing like one of his just a stock standard like control mage.
Absolutely.
Uh, I want to see like like I mean Evan like I think Evan was fine like on like the Sivir like a hard like a hard carry. I think like you should just keep him on that. And I mean top side like I think that like you could possibly keep it the same, but what I would like to see is something that just gives like Chris like maybe just a bit more agency, especially in the early game.
Yeah, definitely. It was a little rough. Zaha an early pick, and then pairing it with Mundo was not a fan of that. Like you have no way of getting on top of people. So really not a fan of that. Like it's so hard if you're the side of Rift Sharks to ever get like a playoff consistently there. So we're about to get into draft real quick. Sorry, I did not switch it over fast enough. So, but we're like 1 minute before draft. We'll have to see where it goes from here. I would like to see more little more engage options. Like Chris didn't do terribly on Zahen, but the character is only good. Like if you're gonna pick Zahen, you cannot pick Mundo. You need setup from another lane. The Braum was good, but I don't know. It's just you need it. I would like to see a go button somewhere from the side of Rift Sharks if you're going to continue down in this particular game. We should be getting into draft here relatively shortly. So let me hit play again real quick. Yippee! Uh, so we have started draft.
Draft is starting up.
Should just still be the Anivia ban. I honestly, I would keep same bans. Like keep Giraffe off comfort. Um, even if they take out the what were the three bans? Victor, Rise. What was the third one?
Yeah, I believe it was. I'm trying to remember. It was. I know Victor. I know. Remember Victor and Rise. I can't remember the
I'll
third
double check. I'll double
one.
check. Uh,
I want to say it was a 80 carry.
no, it was Syndra. It was Syndra,
Syndra. Okay, it was okay. So it was Syndra. Okay.
I
Yeah, I think
believe.
that like you Project Juice is definitely you just keep the same bands. I mean, it is on like Rift Sharks to like show
Oh, it
like
was
what they really have
Zera.
in their hand. They're going to Xerath here, and Rift Sharks gonna take the Ari actually, and I think that this might just be the Syndra here for LSD Dreams. I want to see if he opts into it.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
let's
some of our
see.
Syndra players have said that Syndra is a bad matchup for Ari. Or Ari is a bad matchup into Syndra, right? Or no. Syndra is bad into Ari. That's what I mean to say. I'm stupid.
No, you're fine. And interestingly enough, they actually did drop. So like it looks like that they wanted to get the Ari first pick, and this is I believe this could be a smolder top
Yeah, Dave is a pretty
for
big
Dave.
Smolder player as well. It's definitely a flex. I would like to see a mid laner in response. Maybe there's like a couple options into Ari. I'm very curious to see where they choose to go. There could be like a Poppy Flex shenanigans if you really want to do that, but I'd save that for R3. Maybe just pick your support here. I think Fredzik has had a pretty predictable pool of like Braum plus engaged champions, so it looks like it is going to be the
Yeah,
Syndra for the
let's
side of
opt with
LSD Dreams.
Syndra.
So, how do you feel about this matchup? Actually, you're a mid lane player.
I feel like this matchup it is like it is one of those like it's a just a classic like one of those matchups where like the matchups like doesn't quite swing in either way. It does
Okay,
slightly favor the Ari in most cases, just because
gotcha,
like like your movement speed, like making it really easy to dodge away from that Syndra stun,
gotcha,
or
gotcha.
like that the classic like Syndra poke in lane. But you know, I think that overall the like matchup is definitely a skill check though, more than
Yeah,
anything
for
else.
sure. And I think LSD Dreams should be able to pass the skill check. He did play pretty well on the Galio there. It is going to be Evans Ezreal. I think this character is quite strong right now with the Triforce plus more mana into Endless Hunger. Or is it Ceaseless Hunger? I think it's
I believe it is
Ceaseless.
endless. I believe it is actually no. I think you were right the first time. I believe it is endless hunger.
Okay, okay.
Um,
It's going to be the Xin Zhao jungle. I mean, Xin Zhao Ari is a very nasty pairing. If you hit the charm on Ari, Xin Zhao can completely one-shot the enemy player. So I do like this kind of setup for Earth Sharks. You have options. I think I conceptualize Ari as like a bit of a go button. Like you can start the fight by R forwarding and charming. It's like a little tricky, but in theory the play is there, right? And Xin Zhao is like kind of a strong bruiser champion. As we are gonna see the
I think
Pantheon coming out. So
Pantheon is kind of, but I am very happy with Rift Shark's draft so far. I mean, like like they are just simplifying it. I mean, Ezreal is like
yep,
a bit harder to play, but I think Evan has the hands for it,
yep.
and like Ari Xin Zhao pairing, just a strong like that strong early game pairing that like I think you really need to
hmm
like help you out like with these early skirmishes. And it looks like they are just gonna be banning Mordekaiser, interestingly enough.
Yeah. Definitely going to be like I think that's a pretty good pot shot at Dean's champion pool. Taking out the Mundo hasn't really eliminated most of his like I would say signature champions like the Gnar. I know he's dropped Prio on Gnar a lot. The champion is a little weaker, but I feel like the champion isn't so bad that you can't play it anymore. I think the champion does have lines if you want to play it. Looks like it is going to be the Gangplank ban for Dave. He is a pretty good Gangplank player, has a lot of mastery on the champion. So I like that Rift Strikes have done their homework here, and they are going to stick with the Shen ban. I still like the Shen ban here. That character is very hard to deal with, and we saw how much power the global ultimates had. Project Tuesday also does have another global ultimate in the Pantheon, so it'll be something to watch out for here. So
Yeah, I mean these I think these bans like so far I think they're just trying to like prevent like that yeah the GP was to kill the GP ban was to kill the flex.
yep,
Nautilus ban, so probably like just trying to like prevent like just trying to make the game easier for like Evan to play.
yep,
Some just pretty stock standard like bans in the way of things.
yeah.
And I am curious to see what they pick on for here. I don't think they're gonna kill the flex. I think that they just probably pick
Support.
what's I'm assuming what is gonna be their jungler
Uh,
because I do think it is a Pantheon support.
you think it's Pantheon
We'll
support? I think
see.
you pick
I
like Milio here and you're chilling. Yeah,
really.
Leona
Oh
also
wow.
works.
Okay, Leona. Okay, Leona instead. Um. Yeah, and looks like that. Yeah, they are just gonna pick the Leona here. So, notably, they do have a good amount of CC from the side of Project Tuesdays,
Yep.
with that Syndra stun, Pantheon stun. Like Leona is just I don't have to say anything about that champion,
Yeah, true.
but
Gwen.
okay,
Okay.
Gwen.
I think this is just to remove Dave from potentially playing the Smolder, but this gives I think Gwen is a pretty counterpickable champion, so I'm curious to see what Dave chooses to opt for here. Can play more of a carry because you have so much CC from the side of Project Tuesday. So if you want to just try to outhand Mr. Jones from Dave, I think that could be an option for you. The Milio I do also
Could be an
like
option
from Risk
for
Sharks.
Emilio. I think
Um,
Emilio's just. I mean, yeah, it's just a really good pick here.
yeah,
Like they just have a lot of CC. You can cleanse it.
yep,
Makes the game actually kind of hard.
yeah,
For the side of Project Tuesdays, as it requires you to like be a bit more like careful with your CC, like
yeah,
burning. Like you probably want to like not like burn all your CC all at once. You probably want to try to like layer it a bit more to
yeah,
like actually force out the cleanse properly. With
yeah.
just burning all your CC and not having to cleanse it. Okay,
Kaisa.
Kaisa.
So is this
I,
is Dave Smoldertop. Okay. So Dave lost. Did he lose to Blake Smoldertop? I don't know. But he's taking a page out of Blake's book and is going to go for the Smoldertop, which is super interesting. I feel like it might be pretty okay into Gwen. Like after 6 she probably can just run you down, but I feel like early lane you should be able to get a lot of stacks for free. So I'm curious to see where that goes. I do actually like Shark's draft more here though, I will say. I'm a really big fan of pairing Gwen and Xin Zhao with enchanters. Like those two champions when they have like those characters that can really amplify what they're trying to do. I always like when you draft in that kind of way. So I do kind of prefer Rift Strike's draft here. Ari with the Milio burns as well is pretty good. So what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I think the drafts are just I think the drafts are really good. From the side of Rift Sharks, I mean, this is just like exactly what I wanted to see. It was
Hmm.
not making anything too complicated,
Yep.
just giving like a very like it's a very like honest like I guess way of like how you kind of like would want to play the game.
Yep.
And it's basically like you responded in draft by like not trying to like pick something that's like really has like a high level of execution. You lower the bar a bit. You just like focus more on like let's just play the lanes. Let's just have an early strong jungler to like like help out with like those early skirmishes. I think Jin Zhao is like a perfect champion for that. And they are like I do actually do like how they are giving a like I think that Gwen actually is a pretty good champion here. I mean, it's really hard for like Smolder and like Syndra to like do anything about the Gwen. Pantheon notably, you're gonna have to enter the Gwen field to try to stun her. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Sharks draft this game.
Agreed. We can look at some of the previous matchup data on this as well. Dean is 0-2 on the Gwen, which is a little bit of a concern. Dave is 4-2 on the Smolder, but I'm pretty sure that is mostly from top lane, or not top lane, ADC. Um, Chris's first timing, this is Draft's first time on the Ahri. I feel like we haven't really seen him play this character a lot. Evan's 0-1 on the Ezreal, so maybe he's not good for it. We already saw Frentic Milio earlier. Uh, Insane KDA, by the way, guys. Like, look at that boy on the fucking Milio. Sheesh.
I mean, yeah, the KDA is pretty crazy. It looks like that Frentic is not very prone to dying. Win on this Melio. I'm assuming
Yeah,
like, hey, if you have 6 wins on the champion, a really high KDA, probably a huge comfort champion for him as
yeah,
well.
absolutely.
So I am excited to see how he does in this game.
Yeah,
Uh, you know, like maybe this is gonna be this should be like or as like looking from draft this might just be win number 7 here with the side of
true,
Rift Sharks.
true.
I don't want to like write it in stone though.
Yeah, knock on
But
wood real quick for them, real quick.
knock on wood. I do think that for the side of Rift Sharks, I think that like this Ezreal pick, I'm like unsure about it because I feel like that as Ezreal, I mean, it is like it somewhat like semi difficult game. I mean, it's
Yeah,
easy in the sense that like you're not really gonna ever be like threatened by like the Syndra or like the Leona
yeah.
or the
If you play
Pantheon, like
max range,
realistically.
yeah,
But it does get a bit harder when you do like get into like those fights where like like the fight breaks down, like you're gonna be like like trying to like auto 1-for-1 with the Kaisa or with like the Smolder. And I
yeah,
actually am like curious like to see why they picked Kaisa specifically because Kaisa historically does not like bode well into Ezreal, but I guess that Yug must be pretty confident in his own Kaisa here, so it should be
yeah.
interesting to see.
I mean, I feel like they picked a draft identity and kind of stuck with it. Uh, I guess honestly, you could have maybe just like I'm trying to think how Project Tuesday could have changed their draft. I like their draft for the most part. The Smolder is a little tricky, I think, in general, because you're putting all of your engage onto Leona and Pantheon. Both Leona is a support, so they're a lot less squishy than like a dedicated frontliner, and as Pantheon has to rely on the E timing, and if you mess it up, you can just die immediately. So it is going to be really important to watch how the Pantheon plays, in my opinion, because Spiral has a lot of agency on the champion. The champion's quite good early game, but if you fuck up like your engages early on this character, it can be very devastating for you in general. So season records overall, wow, Gwen is just this might be the most bait character on earth. The character has a pretty okay KDA, but 3-7, Zinzao 6-7 as well, pretty rough stuff. Milio is 19-7 in Scrim Zone, by the way. This character might just be Thanos, but
I mean, I could see Amelia doing pretty well until
yeah,
like when like people like draft like high amounts of CC and then the Amelia
yeah,
getting picked, and then drafting like more CC into it. Maybe we can just out CC
yeah.
the Amelia cleanse. Turns out you can't because
Do we have
people
any matchup
aren't
data
always the
for
best at layering the
this?
CC.
Is it the first slide? Did he not change this when he edited this? God, I hate you, Dean Jones. Rah! Just kidding.
Uh,
Yeah, okay. So matchup data, Ari has gotten smoked in this matchup historically. I feel like that might just be our Syndra players are all quite cracked. Milio has lost this matchup, but has had a better KDA than Leona, and Kaisa has dunked on Ezreal in Scrim Zone, so I guess we're just contrarians to everything you said. So, but
yeah, I mean, I guess we are just contrarians. I could, I can see a world where, like Kais. I mean, I guess it is just flipped because I mean, to be fair, to be like entirely honest, like Ezreal is like a pretty
pretty hard.
difficult champion to
Yeah.
play. Yeah, especially in like organized play, where there's like a lot more things to look out for. So it's like not as easy. But I do think that the champion's like skill ceiling is like out of like all the ADCs, it probably is like just the highest.
Yeah.
Like entirely, to be entirely honest, I don't think there is like a champion with a higher skill ceiling than Ezreal.
Yeah, Draven and
Um,
Kalista players will tell you that their champions are there. I think I could see an argument for Kalista. I think Draven players are all dumb and stupid. But
yeah,
the champion isn't easy either. But yeah, definitely agree. I think Ezreal, the ceiling on this character is really, really high. Like, you can do so much damage, but you can also do nothing every fight and just flub. So I think I'm really going to be interested in seeing Evan's performance. And I'm also curious to see if Dean can beat the Gwen curse as we're getting into game here. So.
yeah, beat the Gwen curse. Um, get your seventh win on Milio,
True,
while
true. You gotta
hopefully
preserve the
not dying.
KDA, so
Hopefully not dying.
yeah, of course, of course.
Uh, should be really interesting to see.
As we're getting into it a little bit, let me try to check the timers real quick. Anything interesting in the sums department? No. Gwen did opt for Ghost, or not Ghost, Flash Ignite instead of Flash or Ghost Ignite. I've seen a lot of Gwens go for that. If you're like really confident in the matchup, I feel like that's something you kind of do pretty often. Zinzao opted for PTA instead of Conqueror. The PTA buffs were pretty good, but I feel like Zinzao is a champion who kind of likes his sustain. Sorry, I'm fucking around with the zoom controls real quick, but
You're all
yeah.
good. Interestingly enough, early word coming down in from Giraffe. A nice trade as well, proccing the electrocute with his Foxfire.
Yep.
Syndra took electrocute, which, to be honest, I'm not really a fan of. I don't think you should be taking electrocute on Syndra. I mean, like it's not really easy. Most of your spells like are going to either like be hitting in like a pair. Like I mean, unless like you're really good at sneaking in the auto and like maybe it can be good. But I think like in this case, I think you really should be trying to go for like
Oh
Commodore
my
Airy and
gosh.
Giraffe getting a really nice early trade in as LSD Dreams probably gonna have to burn both his pots here.
Yeah, and you
And
just see the comfort from Giraffe on these mage style characters. Like, he just knows his level ones. He knows how to punish people in lane, and he's doing quite a good job of it. So. Really scary stuff. Notably, Blind Spiral did not start the potion, so he is the more alpha jungler here in this scenario. Chris is a little soy boy who started potion, so what can you say?
again, nice damage coming in here from the side of Giraffe as starting to see just more and more pressure
Yeah, I
down
mean,
this mid lane as it looks like that Dean traded on a bit on the top side, but he's just gonna back up
yeah,
into the bush and Dean not gonna choose not to follow and do it.
yeah, and you can see Dave is really utilizing the range advantage that you have on Smolder, getting out these free stacks by queuing onto Dean instead of queuing onto the minions. We'll see how much XP he can really get, or not XP, how many stacks he can really get before lane ends. So. Will be something pretty important to watch. I feel like bot lane might have a little bit of time really snowballing their lead. So, and to like the Emilio Ezreal, I feel like Leona's gonna have a really rough time just actually getting a punish off. So I think that's also gonna be something to watch. I'm curious to see if Leona just opts to roam and try to punish the Ahri instead. Giraffe is doing a really good job of punishing
Yeah,
LSC
Charm's
Dreams
actually going to
here.
connect with a Q over on top.
Shove
Electrocute's going to
miss.
get proc. And LSD Dreams getting burned really, really low.
Yeah,
No
both
potions remaining on either side of either mid laner, but getting a bit dangerous.
yeah, I mean, Blind Spiral just did the thing that I flamed Chris for last game, so I'm gonna flame him as well. Didn't really opt for the full clear. I think Pantheon, there might be a bit more.
And Charm
Flash
Flash
coming
not going to
out.
connect,
Trade!
but
Oh my!
Q does connect as LSD Dreams beautiful flash with a W on top, and that's gonna be first blood in the mid lane for LSD
Solo
Dreams.
full. Oh, dude, we were talking all that shit about how Draft is a really good mage player, and then LSD Dreams just really utilizing the electrocute value and getting out a lot of consistent autos. Does manage to trade it back. Chris could get a kill here. Flash.
Yeah, it looks like
Nice.
Flash E gonna connect. Audacious charge. Chris is gonna be getting a kill back over for his mid laner. And LSD Dreams probably getting a bit too excited of the fact that he was able to take down Giraffe, but his life, he's gonna end up falling as well. His life given over to the Jin Zhao.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, I too would get very excited if I solo killed Mr. Giraffe here, but well played from the side of Chris here, just utilizing the flash, getting a nice kill for himself, getting a little gold back. Spiral might look for a punish here. Could be a play. Stun does
Spiral
connect.
might look
Flash
for a
comes
punish
out.
here. No flash on the side of the Ari, but he doesn't have the Mortal Will empowered Q. Blind Spiral just a tiny bit too far. Gonna get taken down by Chris, who arrives just in time. Trading down, he's on the side of bot lane as a W does not connect from the side of Yug onto anyone.
Oh,
As the stun does connect from the side of the Syndra, as the W, it does go on top of the Ari, but it looks like that Draft should just be able to give himself the safety as he takes a reset here.
yeah, both junglers trying to play super aggressively. Pantheon just took a little too much damage initially, and the flash stun, I like the ambition, but you just don't have enough damage just yet. And good punish for the side of Sharks. Really well played.
Oh, nice charm coming
Cute.
out from the side of Giraffe. LC Dreams doesn't have the range to punish.
Yeah, they should just invent a Jinx rocket and then throw it at Giraffe. That'd be kind of funny. Thoughts?
That would be kind of funny. I mean, maybe they need to bring like the ARAM Mayhem, like like
True,
what is it
true.
called? The train augment, like just
Yeah.
barrels down mid lane, takes him down. That'd be
That
pretty
would be kind of
entertaining.
funny. But nothing really happening so far. Dean is rushing the Dawn and Dusk, or is it Dusk and Dawn? It's Dusk and Dawn. I'm the only person that fucks that up, by the way. But whatever. As I think Dave is also going for Essence Reaver, instead of opting for like the tankier build that we know Blake prefers when you play top lane Smolder. Just looking to deal as much damage as possible. We'll see how Spiral really tries to recover his early game here. Chris on the Phage plus Kindle Gem. Is this Cleaver Rush?
Um, it,
Is that the only
quite,
way you can build those components? I'm pretty sure, right?
I think it might be.
I'm
Man,
not
looks
a
like it's
fan of that, but
gonna get started up on the side of Project
yeah,
Tuesdays.
and they do have the prio for it, so I like this start from Project Tuesday, knowing your bot lane has a little bit more strength right now. The Leona plus the Kaisa having a little more lane prio to pick up the first dragon of the game. A couple extra resistances going out for the side of Project Tuesday, so gonna be pretty important to watch. But yeah, I don't know if I like Black Cleaver
Run
Rush.
connecting onto Giraffe. Actually going to
Ooh,
be able to block the
ulti.
electrocute. Holding the charm. Does find the charm. Audacious charge comes over with the Jin Zhao W. The ult gets burned, but it's not going to be able to take down the Jin Zhao, as that's going to be a kill going over to Giraffe. As the Leona E does connect onto Evan. It looks like they might try to walk this out, and yes, they do. But another pick into the mid lane. I mean, the Jin Zhao and Ari pairing are really strong.
Yeah, and you see Giraffe is playing this 2v2 very well, setting his jungler up for a lot of success here, hitting every charm. And Dave might be
Dave
caught here. The
has
E flash comes
flash,
out.
flashes
Ulti
the
connects.
W, but does get clipped by the Gwen ult, as it looks like they are just going for it. The ignite is popped onto him.
Very,
Jin
yeah.
Zhao offer a bit more damage, and yes, they will find it. Dean ignite, tick, tick, tick down, and the smolder is burnt into a crisp.
Yeah, well played from the side of Red Sharks. They're playing way more active, and this is just the benefit of having these go buttons, like we were talking about. Like Zinzao able to connect with the W, and just being able to really choose when to start these plays, and just setting his jungler up for success with the ultimate. Yeah, good look so far from Red Sharks. They have a pretty nice little lead for themselves, almost 1K up. So we'll see if they can hold on to this lead, or almost 2K up actually. That's the term. But definitely a comfortable position from them. As yeah, Chris is just gonna go for Black Cleaver first item. I'm not a fan of this personally. I feel like Zinzao wants like Sundered Sky first item, gives you a lot of extra sustain, and you don't really have anyone who's doing AD damage from the side of your team. So I feel like the armor shred is a little wasted here in terms of stats, but maybe I'm wrong. What do I know?
I mean, no, I think you're actually pretty like spot on with that. I don't think that you really should be going for that. I think that like Sun to Sky especially is just such a strong item in like
Yeah.
early skirmishes, or even like Trinity Force. I don't think it was that bad this game.
Yeah.
I think that as Jin Zhao, you don't have too many like threats. I mean, like the armor you really need to get rid of realistically is like Leona. Like is going to be having like that extra armor that you really need to like try to burn through. But if you're hitting the Leona or like in a team fight, I'm not sure if you're really doing the correct thing.
Pantheon ult.
As they do flash stun here, as like Evan just gonna arcing shift away, but Dave getting picked again in the top side as Chris visits again. But in comes the killer instinct as it looks like Spiral with the Grand Starfall not gonna really find anything, but Double Sums is burned from the side of the Ezreal along with the Breath of Life from the Emilio as well and the heal to boot.
I mean, I think you're okay with that trade. Your top laner is getting completely punished, and they're doing a really good job of making sure the Smolder pick actually gets punished. There is always inevitability with like a Smolder lane, but I mean, they're getting a lot of kills, and Gwen is not a champion who does not scale it, or Gwen is a champion that does scale really well, so I would really like to see if Dean can convert his lead here. It is pretty sizable lead. Spiral missed E on the camp, which is kind of funny, but I don't know why I'm flaming him for no reason. It happens to the best of us, but
I think it's probably fine. I mean, they do end up just securing that.
yeah, but
And
Grubs are going over to Rift Sharks as well. You're really utilizing the amount of lane pressure that you have from the top side. So, in a pretty comfortable position for themselves here. See if Mr. Cat Gogurt can do anything here. But they do manage to spot out the Pantheon pathing top side, so.
they do spot the Pantheon pathing top side. And I'm not sure. And the stun does connect onto Giraffe. Central ult is available, so I think he needs to be more careful. He gets hit by another spell, he could just be dead.
Yeah,
As it
I
looks
think
like,
he
yeah,
knows
he's
that
just gonna
though.
take the base and he's just gonna TV back. And I mean,
Yeah.
LSD Dreams, doing a really good
Ooh,
job
Frantic.
and a really, really nice kickball to make sure the Leona does not land
Oh,
on top.
but
And Evan just arcane shifts in. I'm not sure if you want to do that. Solo flame is burned. You don't have any subs, Evan. You can't go in front of the Leona and Kaisen like that.
There's no
No.
way. Your support just bailed the fuck out of you, or you bailed you the fuck out, and you arcane shift into the Leona ult? Like, my brother in Christ, come on, man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, and like way too like aggressive there
Very,
from like Evan. Like, I
yeah.
mean I can understand if the Jin Zhao was like in the neighborhood, but he wasn't.
Such an
As
unforced error
he was
for no
across
reason.
town.
Yeah. Damn. Unfortunate for Evan, but I don't know. Zinzat did finish the Black Cleaver, so is pretty strong all things considered. Even if I don't like the atomization, having your first spike already before the before the Pantheon could be a good sign. They are doing a really good job of setting up dragons for the side of Project Tuesday. Award coming out. The Zinzao is going to be in the area, but I feel like they just have enough DPS to really secure this for themselves. So, well played from the side of Project
Yeah.
Tuesday, keeping themselves
Smite
in the
gonna be
game with
coming down with
dragons.
the Q. Yeah, and, 2 tricks over them. So I mean, like even though like they do have this like like 1K gold lead on the side of Rift Sharks, it's not gonna be that easy. Patel looking for the E over the wall, not gonna find it.
All right, Evan. Let's see if we go for another shift forward. Did we learn our lesson, my king? As Dave is gonna get tagged by the
Yeah,
ulti.
Needlework is gonna
There's
get
two here.
tagged, and Giraffe and Chris are
Flash.
like, yet to
Ulti comes
arrive.
out.
The charm is gonna connect. The mom comes down. Barrier gets popped. Dave looking for a trade. No, he's not gonna get it. The Crescent Guard, along with the Ari, is gonna be able to find him, and he's gonna get taken down. And
Oh,
it's like my man has no help as the Solar Flare is going to connect, but the Breath of Light coming through as the Kaiser W does connect.
Pantheon.
But Evan kiting this out well. Grand Starfall is really far. Blind Spiral's going in. Killer Instinct comes out, and it looks like
Not
the
a
stun
fan
will
of this.
connect onto the Ezreal. They're going to be forcing that kill. A really, really hard force from the side of Project Tuesdays out there. It looks like they're trying to find a way to fight back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, I say I really don't like that play. At least the kill went on to the Emilio, so this is pretty much best case scenario. But Rift Sharks, I think they got the better end of that trade. Like you get like the easy three man top play, and then just managing to trade 1-for-1 in the play that Product Tuesday clearly overforced on is, I think you're in a great spot from there. They're really doing a good job of punishing this Smolder top though. I really like this play from Rift Sharks. 0-3 completely deserved from chat. I agree, by the way. All Smolder players should be killed if they play at top lane and not AD carry.
Yeah, good punish. And I will say from the side
Another
of
another three
uh,
man potentially.
yeah, another Freeman, and I'm not sure if Dave even knows, and I think it's just he's just found out, but it's too late. As
Oh,
Blind
TP.
Spiral is in the area, and so is LSD Dreams, and it looks like a TP is coming out, but I'm not sure if it's going to be in
Oh wait, they
time.
could trade.
No, it
Wait,
won't be.
stun.
And Blind Spiral just going for a flash Q. I don't think you wanted to do that. I think the flash stun would have been preferable, and he's not
Leona,
going to really find anything. Chris is on the wrong side of things. Crescent Guard not available, as he does have a Blast Cone, which I don't think he's going to be
shut
able to
down.
give himself this safety as the Leona is
Oh,
there.
shut
Can you
down.
give it to the Syndra? No, let's just give it to the Pantheon. I think that works as well, as going to get forced off this wave in bot side here.
And yeah, I really don't like the way that Blind Spiral played that fight. Why did we flash Q trying to greed for another kill? You could just stun the Xin Zhao under tower. I don't know. Ulti comes out from
Solar Flare going to
Fidel.
come out. Has the Spear's Rush, though. Not really threatened by anything. As looks like he's just going to try to kill this wave using the ult damage. And I think Blind Spiral's just being a bit too conservative with his playstyle. I mean, like, you saw it earlier with the bot play. He, like, Grand Starfall, like, right in front of the turret. I think if he just ulted under the turret, like, you're already
Yeah,
committing to a dive. You might as well just go all the way. Get yourself in a
yeah.
better position. But, I mean, in the end, they did get that kill on the bot side.
Ooh,
But
he tags up.
he's going to connect onto Evan, but he does have all sums. Killer Instinct comes out.
TP,
I don't think he really is threatened. He should be able to flash away. Evan
TP
just
match.
burns the cleanse and the ult at the same time, so it's going to be the double cleanse basically effectively burned.
Oh,
Young flashing forward. The Kaisa Q is going to get it,
people are
but
here.
Dean has arrived along with Chris. The mom is here, but mom can't do anything because guess what? Your father's here, and he says no. As it looks like that they're going to be taking them down. 2 kills going over for the side of Rift Sharks, with 1 picked up by Project Tuesdays.
And yeah, like really good TP from the side of Rift Sharks, making sure that this play can go nowhere. And the difference between a Gwen TPing onto your face and a Smolder TPing onto your face is astronomical. So really well played from the side of Rift Sharks here, making sure that they stay in the driver's seat in this game, and they're really doing a good job of ballooning their gold lead a little bit. 3K from taking that tower topside. So see if they can stay in the driver's seat. Dragon is going to be spawning here in a minute or so, so that's going to be a really important thing to watch. Project Tuesdays has had really good Dragon setups. I'm curious to see if they're going to continue doing this. Their bot lane has always had prio when Blind Spiral has wanted to start these Dragons. So, I mean, Chris also has... Oh, ulti!
Yeah, it looks like something onto Evan, but no cleanse, notably, and no flash as well. I think that's just a kill going over to Project Tuesdays, and they're just
TP?
punishing this Ezreal over and over again. And the Ari
Oh,
has
could be a
arrived,
play.
but just a bit second too late, as I don't think they can really look for anything here. No, they can't,
Smolder?
as the Pantheon has
Oh!
arrived. Smolder's walking up.
March
Actually, they say,
forward!
let's go in. Why not go in? As
Oh!
looks like Giraffe goes down, Fattel picking up that shutdown, and Chris all alone, trying to
Oh!
get the Leona. No, he doesn't get it. Blind Spiral taking him down as well. And the rest of Rift Sharks just looking on as they lose their top and or not top, but their mid laner and their jungler.
Dragon is going to go over here to the side of Project Tuesday, and this is a dream scenario for Project Tuesday. You just got 2 free kills that I don't think you should have gotten in any universe. Really good pick onto Evan to start it out, but they are going to get their Dragon,
Stop
get the
barrage.
soul here.
Yeah, this is, I mean, yeah, I think it's just so point over to the side of Project Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Now, as Rift Strikes, you have to fight on these Drakes, and you cannot give the soul over.
Yeah.
Like, even though, yes, you do have a much more simpler and easier team comp to play, like, they do have the Smolder insurance, and you can never let this insurance pays out, or that is it.
Yeah.
And, man, oh man, like, you gotta be scratching your head there as, like, Giraffe and Chris going down there, like, you just can't afford to die in that scenario.
Yeah,
Like,
the
your
ulti
team is
forward
like still, like, your team is in the river, like, they can't help you. Like, you can't
Yeah.
even you shouldn't be putting yourself in a position to get like hit by a Leona E, like,
Yeah.
next to like the turret of all things.
Yeah, and to be fair, I think Fattel is playing a phenomenal Leona game. This is a matchup I think Milio is favored into, and I think he has been doing a phenomenal job punishing Evan and also punishing other people. Like the E to clip him as he's shifting as well, that was super clean. Well played to Fattel, and he's just doing a phenomenal job of really punishing the bot side of Rift Sharks. So
Yeah, it's like that. Dave just getting more and more stacks.
yeah, let's do a stack check real quick while we're here.
You know, what is this Smolder doing? At
143,
not
not great.
not great, but I mean, not like, you know, it's not like he's like completely out of it. Like, he
Yeah.
is gonna start stacking more because he does have, like, you know, he does have over 125.
Yeah.
So slowly but surely. He should start stacking more as
Yeah.
Giraffe positioning for something, but probably not gonna be able to find anything.
Yeah.
And
Spiral is just trying to stay within both ulti ranges. Could be a play here.
yeah,
They spot out Chris. They're gonna go for it. Bot lane is super collapsing here.
yeah,
Pink
they
Ward does manage to
look like
spot
they
him out,
might go
so
for it as well, but at the same time, Project Tuesday's not on the map, so you can't really go for anything when you don't see where the enemy team is.
yeah. And LSD Dreams does have to play a little careful of this Gwen champion. It is quite strong. Is building towards the Nashor's Tooth, so should be doing a lot of damage on these Dawn and Dusk procs. Spiral, I
Yeah,
think you're
and it
you're a
looks like
little lost here, my
Spiral
friend.
is a bit
OE?
all alone, but he is running to his team. He's going to burn the E out as the Shinja
Ari,
he does connect. Crescent Guard going to get burned out. Giraffe on the side,
Smolder.
looking for a stun in the top side. LC Dreams, does he find it? No, he doesn't. Meanwhile, on the bot side, looks like that fight is disengaged as it looks like the Needlework is on top of LSD Dreams, going to get taken down by Dean in the end of it. Dean being unstoppable at the end of all of it.
And yeah, like the Syndra just played so disrespectfully with the Gwen. I'm sorry, you just can never step up to this Gwen character if they're 5-0. And good needlework coming out from Dean does manage to pick up the solo kill in that play. And also, I just didn't like the force from Blind Spiral there in the bot side jungle. You're in such a decent position, given how the early game went. Like, I don't think you really need to be that deep without your team there. So, looks
Yeah, you
like it.
don't really need to be that team, like, or that be that deep without your team there. And
Herald is
Uh,
the play
like
here.
I mean, the thing you did like mention, like LSD Dreams need to be careful. Wasn't careful.
Yeah.
Died. Like
I mean, Pantheon ult is here. This could be a play for the side of
it's
Project Tuesday.
here.
They're gonna go for it. Ari is getting a lot of value just by
Yeah.
split pushing here. Also, critically, LSD Dreams did burn the teleport, so another big cooldown. So they have to play super cautious of how the fights want to go. Nice stun from LSD Dreams, managing to tag up the Ari, but
Nice stun indeed. And Dragon's up here
oh,
at
good
minute 30.
dodge.
But Giraffe, I'm not sure if you want to be staying here that long. I feel like this could be a bit risky as
Oh,
I guess Ride is the
nice.
W Connect knows, but the Spirit Rush is burned.
Yeah.
And I do think that actually no, I think the Spirit Rush it's gonna be fine. Yeah, it should be back in time before the Drake or right
Yeah.
at the Drake spawn, so it should be okay to cool down the burn. Good job with Draft, just getting himself out of there.
Yeah, and this is gonna be Infernal Soul for the side of Project Tuesday here in a minute. So really important fight about to go down here. Uh, both Infernal Soul and Baron are up. Project Tuesday, they have a couple ways they can play this. They can try to force the Infernal Soul. They can try to force the Baron trade. Like, I'm very curious to see how they choose to go for it. You can sack the Dragon and just go Baron as well. That is an option. If you want to force the play on Dragon, I think realistically, if you play the fight well enough, you should be okay. If Leona finds a really nice flank, I think that's really the angle you want to go for. Or if they like find a really nice solar flare on a bunch of targets. So
Yeah, and I would like to see like the Melio Engine Zhao walk up into the river here.
yeah,
As LC Dreams, maybe looking for Giraffe.
good
Some
dodge.
good damage down though instead. As the stun doesn't connect.
Yeah, ulti comes out from Pantheon. They know Ari has the
Pantheon
ult.
are it looks like yeah, and I guess he just couldn't really find him. I mean, I don't mind going for it, but I think you have to try to stun up the Yari if you are. As
Pantheon has
Drake is spawning
no.
in. It looks like that the TP, yes, it's coming down from the Ari. As everyone went
Yeah.
all ults up, most of their summoners up, but no
Big fight
flash
about to
on the
happen.
Leona or
Uh,
the Pantheon.
Project Tuesday has no
Yeah.
ult, no
So
tower.
3 flashes on
Wait.
both sides. Let's see how this fight plays out.
Ulti?
As True Shot Barrage gonna only hit
Ooh,
on
Ari
the side
charm.
of Dreams. But wait, the Ari maybe get caught on the backside of it. Solar Flare gonna get dodged away from critically. As it looks
Needlework,
like I think
down.
this Drake should be able to just go right over. As a huge Shinja shot, but a great
Oh,
Helio cleanse.
this fight!
The Dragon is stolen by Blind Spiral. That's the soul. No, Rift Strikes. You can't be making mistakes like this. Dean going down as well. Next is Giraffe. Maybe. Can he get it? Can he get it done? Yes, maybe he can. The Q. No execute though. But
Oh, killer instinct.
Spectrum Young, and what's happening here on the top side? Evan doing all he can to kite away, as it looks like maybe they might look for something. Evan, it looks like he's trying to fight a turret instead. Okay, let's see if the Pantheon Q connect, and it looks like Blind Spiral is going to look for yes, maybe yes. Arcane shift away, and Evan might be
Raptors?
able to get the safety here, but it looks like that the Raptors
Raptors!
have a different idea of thinking, as the Raptors instead say, actually, you can go take your 2-week vacation right now.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
Evan can be on
gosh.
PTO in the meantime.
Whew. Well played from Blind Spiral. Sometimes all jungle play boils down to is pressing the D key, and he just had the better fingers than Chris there, and they managed to get the
Yeah.
soul. And also critically, I feel like to note, uh,
Solar Flare gonna
oh
get burned. E not gonna connect though critically, but I
yeah.
don't think he was in much trouble there as he does have his Spear Rush still up.
Yeah, I do
And
want to shout out Project Tuesday. I think they also played the opener of this fight very well. They baited out the Dean ultimate. They made sure that they baited out the Xin Zhao ultimate as well, and they were just kiting back, trying to wiggle as much as they could. They positioned themselves, uh, in this like. In the banana bush where the control ward is, and then they started rotating back so that they could collapse on the Ari, and then the Ari went in, and then they kept moving towards the Ari, and then Rift Sharks had to collapse downwards towards the dragon, and then they could move back up and still contest the dragon fight. So I thought they played that fight super well, just in terms of like how they positioned around it as well. So
yeah, I think Project Tuesdays play that fight really well as well. But I think the critical error on the side of like Rift Sharks is you can't be like putting something like that up to a 50-50.
yeah,
It's so
absolutely.
you have to go in for the fight. You have to wipe the enemy team. You have to kill the jungler in some way at the very
Yeah,
least. You can't be leaving it up to chance there.
yeah, and this is like, I mean, I like Milio as like a champion in to enable these kind of characters that want to go in, but you just are lacking engage from the side of Rift Sharks. Like I said last time, you have no solid go button, and as we've all seen, every single Scrim Zone game is just who has the go button, who has the way to click onto the enemy characters and force a fight to happen. And I think LSD or not LSD Dreams, Project Tuesday has been the team that has been consistently clicking the buttons to start the fights, and they've just been playing it better. As uh, Ari Charm gonna go forward here, does ulti forward. Pretty nice kite back from the side of Project Tuesday, burning the Ari ultimate. Uh, Leona might be caught here though. Does get charmed
Yeah,
up. Does have the
no, be
flash though.
caught. Yeah, he does flash away.
Zin's out
As it
going
looks like
in.
Audacious Charge right in a blind spiral. Can Chris find the knockup? It looks like maybe yes he can,
Ulti.
but blind spiral still has the E. Dean walking
I
forward with the
don't like
melee,
the.
just trying to kill this Pantheon, burning so
Oh,
much to
but
do it, and yes, they do get the kill, but the double stun does come out. The Crescent Guard comes through as Mom gonna get burned over the top, and
wait.
wow, Rift Shark's actually fighting this one well, and this is the aggression that we needed to see early in the game, but I think that they might just be able to turn on to the Baron with this one.
Yeah, I mean, ultis are still up for the Kaisa and the Smolder. I mean, the two carries are still up, so they can't really force the Baron here. So, uh, yeah, really strange way to play that fight. I feel like Pantheon bought a lot of time, but the Gwen ulti just did too much, and they kind of waffled a little bit on whether or not they wanted to take that fight from the side of Project Tuesdays. And I feel like it just costed them that fight a little bit. I don't know. It was a really weird fight to play. TP coming out from Ari could be a really nice setup.
Yeah,
They
TP
did spot
coming
out the
out from
TP.
Giraffe. It looks like they do spot out the TP. LC Dreams. I'm not sure if
Does
that's
have
the
the
way you want to
flash.
walk. He does have flash.
Does
Yes, he
dodge.
does flash away from the Tron. But Giraffe
Still in a
can
bad
chase.
spot.
And it looks like I don't
Oh,
think you
oh,
want to chase it.
never mind.
Blown up by LSD Dreams, completely one shot. As in goes the Xin Chao, but where are you going? You're running into a Smolder who has called his mama, and he's burning you down and executing you as he has been training for weeks and months. It might just be a shonen Smolder. As in goes Blind Spiral, looking for something. Yes, the
Kaisa
sun
ult.
comes, Killer Instinct comes out. Phoretic burning his ult, trying to breathe some life into his team, but Mom is coming through, and she's roaring and howling away across the map, as it's going to be a kill onto Young and a kill onto Dave, and they're going to wrap up this fight, and that just might be the game.
A 2-0 for Project Tuesday. Who could have predicted this? Really well played from the
Oh,
side of Project Tuesdays though. They spotted out the RETP. I think they kited a little strangely, but they bought so much time. And LSD Dreams, knowing his damage ranges, does get the one shot onto Giraffe there, and just completely shutting down the team there. Well played for the side of Project Tuesdays, and this Project Tuesday team has really surprised me, honestly. They've played so well. This is just, I feel like they've just been so coordinated as a team, and I feel like they've just been playing this game so cleanly. Well played to them. Baron picked up for them. Smolder with the execute online as well, and I feel like this is going to be a pretty easy way to walk the game, or get the game over with, so. Holy
yeah, I
moly.
mean, yeah, it was it's a nice try from the
Sun coming out.
Sun connecting onto Giraffe
Oh,
again. He's gonna have
Dropping
to
super
spear
low.
dash away as the mob over the top. I'm not sure if he can get away from a crescent
Spiral
guard.
stun.
Gonna get burned. I'm not sure why Chris burned. He didn't really block any damage, as it looks like he's just gonna be the sacrificial lamb, as
And
Passover has been complete, and it looks like that the Elder Dragon is just gonna be taken next.
And
Oh,
you know what's better than one Smolder with Execute? 5 champions with Elder Execute. So this is gonna be a really rough spot for Rift Sharks, and I think Chris has been
hey,
getting pretty
going
punished for
forward.
Blind Spiral here. Oh, ulti does not manage to steal it,
Yeah,
and
ulti
good
is not connecting
steal.
to anyone there.
Not good steal. Good secure from the side of Project Tuesday.
Yeah,
And
good secure on the side of Project Tuesdays. Oh, I mean, I man, like at least before the objective, like you cannot get like caught out like that, like
yeah,
where the
it's rough.
team has to come bail you out. Like Giraffe, I understand like you might be looking for a pick, but it's just the wrong time, like like wrong time, wrong place, and it ends up like costing him his jungler's life.
And yeah, just rough play after rough play from the side of Rift Sharks, and the Infernal Soul. We have not talked enough about this Infernal Soul. It is doing so much damage. Look at those W's coming out from Kaisa as well, chunking out the enemy team, doing a really good job of laying down this poke. And looks like Rift Sharks is gonna try to mount a defense, but the side of Project Tuesday is gonna march into their base. A lot of gold still standing for Project Tuesday too. They can get both bot towers here if they want. Draft also
Yeah,
could go, or they could also get top towers too, but they just have
yeah,
so much money potentially to pick up here. So
yeah. And once this Elder and Baron both wear off, I think that once I have Rift Sharks, you must fight the enemy team. That is going to be your only way back into the game. You cannot let them base, reset, and buy stuff with this gold. It's going to be way too much, and it's going to be way
you
too hard
have
to
to
play
wait
the
out the
fight.
Elder and start the fight. I
Yeah,
agree.
you have to wait, but you cannot let them base at the same time.
Yeah,
Oh my
definitely
gosh,
gonna be
just
really important to watch here.
more and more money onto the side of Project Tuesdays. I mean, Rift Sharks circling, maybe like, looking for something, but I don't think it's there. I
Chris is on
think
a ward critically too.
he is on a ward, so they do see him, so they're not really concerned about the Jin Zhao position quite confidently. And the Smolder has scaled, so the insurance is beginning to pay out.
Yeah, this is why you invest in insurance, guys. This is why you buy insurance. Smolder
This
is
is why you buy insurance.
Smolder is in
Cool.
fact very strong now. Didn't really have the greatest game. Oh my
Oof.
gosh, the Infernal
Evan
Soul is
almost
putting in
going
work.
down. That alone. Ah, this.
Disaster
I mean,
scenario.
yeah. I mean, not trying to curse anyone, but I think the writing's on the wall. The
Yeah,
side of Rift Sharks.
I mean, Rift Sharks is no Albert's Inferno. Come on, man.
Yeah, they know Albert. I don't think they know Albert's Inferno either. But oh man, I like this is it's. I mean, this is quite the upset. I think that most people would have predicted Rift Sharks to just pick up this win, but I mean, credit to the side of Project Tuesdays. I
They're
mean,
playing well. They're playing
yeah,
phenomenal.
they're playing very very well. Um, I think their bot lane specifically has
Yeah,
played like an
yeah, yeah,
amazing
yeah.
game.
Shout out to
Um,
Fattel here. I think
yeah,
if I had to pick an MVP, I'm picking Fattel. I feel like his engages have been so spot on in the game, and it's just been super well played for him so far. They're just knocking down all this extra gold, and you're seeing them really balloon this gold lead for themselves. So
yeah, I think an MVP is really hard here. I personally would give it to Yug. I think that like
oh,
he's just
Yug
played
also
the fight.
played well. Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's played the fight super mechanically well.
yeah, yeah,
Not dying in Kaisa in fights is
yeah,
a critical part.
yeah, for sure.
Sharp Barrage is gonna land, and I mean, it's just so much money at this point in the game. They're up
They're
almost
so
8K gold
rich.
at this point, and
Yeah, and
for the side of
unfortunately,
Rift Shark,
Rift Sharks is not Albert's Inferno, so they cannot come back from here. I think.
unfortunately,
Surely.
knock on wood,
I'm knocking on wood right
right?
now. We'll see. We'll see.
The fat lady isn't singing yet, so we don't
True.
have to worry
True.
about anything.
True. Definitely gonna have to play respectfully still as Project Tuesday. You have a lot of avenues to end the game. You did your homework. You knocked down all the towers. You got all the extra gold. Now you just have to march into their base and try to force the end here. I think you do have a lot of options, to be fair. Like, you are the comp with double 80 carry, and you also are the comp with Smolder. So you can
I,
just sit there and chip away at them
I
with
think
Smolder. So,
I actually don't think they really need to force an end. I think the
oh yeah,
correct thing actually to do is just you should play for this Baron spawn.
yeah,
Play for Baron spawn, then just play for Elder like immediately after.
yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right.
I don't think it's contestable.
Yeah, unfortunately not. As Evan is just so behind, looking for his fourth item while Yug is working towards his fifth. Like, not where you want to be as the Eddie carry. So,
Yeah.
how much armor has this Black Cleaver reduced? Does it tell us? No, it doesn't. GG. I just want to know how much value I think the Black Cleaver has gotten. It's not game determinative, obviously, but it's just I feel like getting on a champion like Xin Zhao, your early game spikes are super important, and just sinking so much gold into an item that I feel like is not really getting a lot of value is really rough. As it is just going to be the Baron spawn, and
Looks
they
like the
can just
Baron
close it out.
spawn, and I don't think that really is a realistic contest. True Shop Barrage could come out, not going to find anything as all. Pretty good smite from the side of Blind Spiral, but they can't set up some L division here, so maybe they might be able to look for some sort of type of play. I
I
think it's
mean,
just just simple base
Pantheon
from
does
Blind
have ult.
Spiral. It
I
does
mean,
have
they could
ult,
just threaten the
notably.
end. Like, you can
Yeah,
sit in the
they can
bushes
always
all
just
you
threaten
want.
end.
We'll just walk into your base and kill them all. Yeah, this is really good from the side of Project Tuesday. Like, don't face check. Just click on the base.
Giraffe is trailing, but I'm not sure if he can really find
Pantheon
anything.
can just ulti in
And they're
too.
all just trying to hit bases at the moment. And yeah, it looks like they are just going to base. And like Blind Spiral is just going to follow right behind them as it looks like the TP's coming out. I'm not sure. Giraffe had the TP, I guess, there because, he didn't have enough.
When ulti
He
did
didn't have
come
the
out, Flash
timer on
comes
his
out.
recall. Flash is actually going to get burned out from both Dreams and Fatel. Needlework
Dean no ulti.
walking forward. Dean no ulti, notably,
And then
as
they just
it
force them
looks
all
like
to walk back into
yeah, it looks
base,
like
and
they
now
are
you
just
can
gonna
just walk
force
back to Baron
look at
or
the Elder.
Elder.
It's the charm. He
Charm.
looks for it, maybe find Blind Spiral, but
Oh!
bomb over the top, and in goes Fatel. I think that's just a bit too far forward. Yes, it is, but maybe they can find a kill here. No, they can't. It's a
Oh!
4v5. That's Giraffe going in, maybe looking for this fight. Maybe this is the fight, but no. Dean exploded. Giraffe blown up as Dave picks up 2 kills right there, and there's the Smolder Insurance. I mean, you can't really ever beat Insurance at the end of the day, as it
True.
looks like they did file a claim and it was approved.
You can never beat insurance, man. Truth nuke, man. This is why you pay for insurance, guys. But well played from the side of Rift Sharks. They did manage to pick up Fatal, and like I think that's the best you're getting. But then they just slightly overplayed their hand there. I feel like going forward as the Gwen and just getting shut down here completely. The Ezreal ult is going to come out, but it's just going to be another Elder picked up for the side of Project Tuesday, and
Yeah, and at this point in the game, it's just group mid. I think it's just group mid and end. There's
yeah,
not like any complicated things you have to do about it.
absolutely,
Like
absolutely.
you're so strong. It's like Jin Zhao and Gwen just realistically can't play because there's just way too much damage on the side
Yeah,
of Project Tuesdays to deal with, and they are just running top side. I think that. I mean,
just
I
force
mean,
the
I
tower
guess if
top. Yeah.
I guess if you do want to just get triple inhib just for even more pressure, I guess that is fine. But I wonder if the Sharks. I mean, they are pushing bot wave only with Ari solo, but I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. As slowly but surely they are barreling down the top lane.
Yeah, we are calling for some server bans on Smolder in the chat. Kind of true, but I don't know. Definitely well played from the side of Project Tuesdays. And I don't even think Smolder is like the main problem here. I feel like shout out Kaisa. Kaisa's been playing phenomenally, guys. Like to be
Yeah,
honest, Kaisa is definitely the problem here. IMO, as they're
I
just
think
gonna
Yuggs
keep
had
knocking
just.
down the towers
I
or
think
the
Yuggs
inhibs.
had just an exceptional game. Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like just
absolutely.
inhibitor. Just play the waves.
Yep.
Don't make it too complicated.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just try not to overplay your hand here. Just take the inhibs. Try to Baron the waves when you can. Baron's already down. Looks like a stun does come out. The ulti does come out. Does connect onto
Does
Evan.
come
Charm does
out.
come
Yeah, looks
out
like it
though.
does connect. And
Ulti comes out
this
for
might be a bit too
Pantheon.
far. Blind Spiral just literally
Spiral! Spiral!
would you do that? Why would you do that? You could have just won the game. The sun comes out from LSD Dreams. Yeah, they're just gonna have to back off though. That's the charm not connecting. And oh my gosh, Blind
Okay,
Spiral,
okay,
he cannot
okay.
do that. He ulted into the fountain. What?
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Maybe,
Okay.
maybe, maybe Albert's
Uh-oh.
Inferno's spirit is like being summoned into this game. I might have spoken it into existence. My bad, guys. But we might be in for another 50-minute banger here. By the way.
We might be in for our 50-minute banger. I can't believe he ulted into the fountain of the enemy team. Oh
Could be
my
a collapse here for
We
the side
know
of Rift
that you needed
Sharks.
to go a bit more forward, but we didn't mean that you had to go kill yourself. No.
This would be a disastrous loss for Project Tuesday. I don't think I could recover emotionally if I lost from this game, bro. From this position. Oh my lord.
Like a Fattel going there, I think was fine. Like it got them to burn like the initial like Gwen W as long with like the Xinjiao like crescent guard, but then like
The
they just
Pantheon ult
they
into
come they
Fountain,
com-
bro.
like yeah the Pantheon just went completely ballistic and decided that it's time the time has come.
Dude, that call sheet parlay must have hit, by the way. Holy shit. Is it Fatal or Fatal? I have no idea. It's probably Fatal
I
Reaper,
think it's
but
I think it might be I'm not quite
either
sure
or.
either.
Okay, thank you
Either
for the
or,
clarification.
thank you for
I like saying
once
Fatal.
again.
It's fun, but it is spoilers. I agree,
Yeah.
but this Kaisa is so
Oh,
good. I agree.
oh my man. I mean, I think the game still is like not really like. I mean, I talked about
Yeah,
this.
we can make fun of Spiral all we
Yeah,
want for that
yeah.
ulti, but like,
It's such a winning spot. There's
yeah,
like not much like that you have to like really like think about doing. It is simple. Just don't ult it to the base again, where the fountain
true.
laser is. So, I think it's pretty simple. They should be able to just to do something here. As are you looking for something here over the wall? No, they're not gonna find it. As Frennick trying to get a bit of vision down so they can see where the enemy is positioned exactly at. As it looks like this is gonna be a final push in from Project Tuesdays.
Yeah, you have the
Head
triple.
might be coming off the snake soon, and
They do
that's
have double
against the
inhib
wall.
towers,
They're
so
sharks. Can we find a miracle here? The smolder.
do you believe? Do you believe in magic?
Many have. Do many do believe in magic? I'm not sure if you've seen the Pyro trailer from TF2. It's a great song
True.
and a great trailer if you've ever seen it. As the super minions slowly but surely starting to pour into the base of Rift Sharks.
Yeah, we're
As this is
just.
getting them a bit more money, but
It
it's
is
like
just
that
gonna be
Project Tuesdays
another
is just
Baron
gonna
picked up for
this
Project
is just
Tuesday,
another
so
Baron. And we might see another Baron into Elder. I'm not quite sure of what they're gonna decide on here. As it looks like they are just going to be hitting the Baron. I mean, not much you can do about that from the side of Rift Sharks. You do have just a ton of supers pouring into your base, so you're really not allowed to ever contest them on it. And
LCD
I
Drips
think
does
that
have
they
the
are just going
TP,
to go for
so
the end here.
yeah,
As
I would
L
agree with
Street
that.
Dreams just going to base. Yeah,
Yep.
and here
And
comes the Syndra.
I don't know what you can do into triple super waves. Yeah, it's a little
Yeah, I don't know
rough
what you
here.
can do either. As
Oh, flash
a little
charm.
scary. Go for the flash charm, but flashed away from great reaction speed from the side of LSD Dreams. As Shinshao W not going to connect. Shusha Barrage going out can only connect onto Yug. As the smolder damage is huge and massive. As Mob comes
That's
through, but
gonna
the
be the
melee shield's
game.
going to block
The
it out.
towers are
As
going
down
down too
goes one Nexus
fast.
turret. The second Nexus turret, it looks like it's going to be going down shortly soon as well. As another charm not going to connect anywhere. Draft just barely missing from.
Oh my gosh, Frantic's how far?
Damage onto the side of Frantic. Frantic getting blown up instantly. Sonia's getting popped as Dean goes down to Dave, and it looks like that it's just going to be all she wrote in the book. The journal
Oh
is
my
complete as the
gosh.
smolder collects the Ezreal and Blind Spiral not ulting into the fountain, and it looks like that they do just end up picking up the
Project
win.
Tuesdays
2-0
too.
victory
Oh!
Project Tuesdays. Man, oh
Holy!
man, that is not what I don't think anyone could have predicted here.
And I gotta say, shout out to Young. I feel like he played in a phenomenal 80 carry game. Was not punished on the Kaisa at all, considering his. I feel like it's a pretty like Kaisa is a pretty hard character to play. Has to dive in, and not dying at all is super big on that character. So really well played to them. As let me figure out who our two MVPs was. It was Kaisa and what was the first one? Do you remember?
The first one, well for this game I had
Oh, it was
Kaisa,
Blind Spiral.
and
Spiral.
yeah, Blind Spiral. This game I had Yug.
Spiral and
I
Young.
mean,
I
really,
agree with you.
it's so close. I mean, it is really close.
I'll just
I
put
think
it in
just
casting chat
I
real
give it
quick.
over to Yug because I think that like him just
Yeah.
being like that rocket stability, finding
Yeah.
those pick after pick onto the Ezreal, like really kept them afloat through the early stages part of this game and allowed them to get to the point where they could scale up and eventually take down Rift Sharks.
Yeah. Really well played. Do we want to get an interview from one of the Project Tuesday people?
Yeah, I think I would love. I mean, if we could get an interview from, yeah, let's just get Blind Spiral in here. Let's get him in here.
Yeah.
Again,
Spiral.
Blind Spiral.
Interview.
Come in. The interview. We'd appreciate it.
Hey, boys.
Hello.
What's up? What's
Hi.
up?
Hey, hey.
Welcome,
How are you
welcome.
guys?
Doing great.
Crazy
Doing
series,
great.
by the way. I really
Yeah.
liked the Nocturne game in game one. Really well played to you guys. You have any thoughts about that series overall? Any surprises that you really felt came out from the side of Rift Sharks?
No, I mean, obviously they didn't have their full lineup,
Yeah,
and they were
for
kind of
sure,
doing
for
a
sure.
different roster, and so while I think that puts them at a disadvantage, I'm just, we're just kind of patiently waiting for people to respect us, and I feel like it's got
Yeah,
to be now.
of course, of course.
Um, so 3-0, top of the leaderboard. We're really happy with that. It's what we
Yeah,
expected coming into the season, and every single team that we've played has been great. I mean, we are working so hard during these series, whether that's against NYNB or SKT or Rift Sharks now. Like we've got so much respect for all these teams, but this is what we expected, and we're happy to finally be here.
yeah, I really liked it. I feel like you guys have felt really coordinated. I have liked a lot of your team play. Do you have like any reason why you guys think your team play is like on top? I feel like you guys have looked like the most coordinated team in the season so far.
Yeah, I think we just think differently. Like ulting into the well on Pantheon is just a little out of the box thinking,
Yeah,
and
yeah, of course.
thought that was a great strat.
Yeah.
No, so we've actually been playing together for the most part, this group for 6, 7 years,
Yeah,
and so I think that has to go with it. We've been running the same lineup, except for support's a bit different. Shout out Stormy, our original support, and Fatal for coming in and picking up some big shoes to fill and
yeah,
doing incredible.
yeah,
We've just been playing together for a really long time. We trust each other. I think that was a hiccup of mine last season with Rift Sharks is I didn't click synergize with them. I
yeah,
love Dean and Brewer and Evan and Chris and Carrot for that matter. But like the style of jungle that I was playing it didn't click and I didn't
yeah,
feel confident. And
yeah,
now I'm kind of back with my guys. I'm feeling my mojo. And so I'm just
yeah.
screaming and shot calling and it's just working right now. And they trust me a lot of the time. Sometimes I screw up, but my boys have my back 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah, I
like.
mean,
Go ahead, Alec.
yeah. I mean, first of all, congrats on the win. That was a really well executed win against
Thank you.
what was like our top like rated team. But I think that like a lot of opinions are going to be changed after your victory against them. Um, I mean, this like lineup that you have like seems to be like I mean, it's as you said, like it's like the synergy is already there. It seems that like you're playing with like a lot of confidence like when it came to like like the Nocturne and the like the Pantheon in both these games. Like you weren't ever scared to like use those like like hard decision maker like global like ultimates to just like go in and be the first point of contact in a lot of scenarios. Uh, with that being said, how do you, I mean your mid laner like played exceptionally. I mean he killed like he solo killed like what many people think is the best mid laner in the server like twice in both their games. So do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I think I didn't realize he killed himself in those games. I didn't realize he ulted in the well. I think he's the best mid lane in the server, and
True.
so I think that's hard to say because you have some great mid laners out there, and I knew coming into this that there are some great mid laners, and there are some. I mean, everybody plays really well, but in jungle and mid in particular, I think have some really great players, and I knew he would stack up well against the mids that are the top ones in the server, and I know that I can hold my own. I don't think I'm the best. I think I'm the worst player on the team, but I think that I fill my role and do my job. And when it comes to like the Nocturne ults, I kind of actually want to shout out Dean and Brewer because they helped me a lot last season with how to use the ult more than just the dive, how to deny the vision, when to use that type of stuff. And so I appreciate the two of them for helping me kind of level up. It's ironic that it came back to haunt Dean, somewhat pun intended.
I was about to say that.
But yeah, the two of them, I give them a lot of credit with just helping me develop as a better Nocturne player and using his ult to a better degree. And I think that showed how I was trying to use it to deny vision a couple different times.
Yeah, I think
In
I
the
saw it a couple
first
times.
one.
You were, I think there's like a Baron setup that you guys were doing,
Yep.
and then you just denied the
Yep.
R just so you could prevent the
Yeah.
smite flip. I really like that play out of you.
I did not have smite in that fight
Oh
either.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was
Oh, I
it
didn't
was
see
coming
that.
up, but I
Oh
did
yeah,
not
yeah.
have the smite, and so I just used that to ult. And I heard Brewer yelling at me in the back of my head. That's for sure.
Yeah, no. Well, really well played series, you guys. Do you have any more questions, Alec?
No, I don't got anything else for Blind Spiral. I mean, like, yeah, that's it for me.
Okay.
Anything?
No, I think we're good. We can call it here. Do you have any predictions actually for the next couple series coming up? Just a refresher, it's going to be One Thief versus Albert's Inferno, SKT versus QC, and then Snarkify versus NYNB. Any predictions on those three series? I'd like to get your word
If
in here.
Yeah, I mean, the new and improved One Thief roster I think is really good. I
Agreed.
think adding Brewer to that team is an insane pickup. and getting rid of Dave. You know, we're working on that next. If anybody is a top laner who wants in, just let me know.
True.
But like I think that they're a really good roster. I'm excited to see them have some success. Albert's it was a crazy series to watch.
Absolutely.
I would
Cinema.
have to pick one thief there.
Okay.
I think coming into the season, I would say Snarkify
Okay.
beats Nutbusters. Sitting here today, I still think that's the case, but I have not left a series more stressed than I did against Nutbusters in
Okay.
a long time. So I give them plenty of props and would not be surprised if there's an upset there. And then, SKT and QC both underperforming what their record should be. I think I'll go QC.
Okay.
But I mean, if you fast forward and tell me the other team wins and SKT takes home the first one, wouldn't be surprised. I think if they VOD review that series, there's a lot that they can learn from and get better for sure.
All right. Well, thanks for the interview. Thank you, Alec, for joining me. Tune in for the next series. Let me double check what it is. Next series is going to be on the 8th, so on Sunday it's going to be One Thief versus Albert's Inferno. Make sure you check out the game. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And yeah, I'll go ahead and cut it here. Thanks, guys.